I thought we were doing cold open, acting like we didn't know we're on air. Yeah, you can mess with yours. I think yours is this one. All right. Well, good afternoon. April 1st. We're home opener. This sounds really quiet, really static in here. Hello? Nothing. All right. Home opener for the Saints and the Falcons. Falcons will be here at 7:30 or immediately following this game. Yeah, we're live. You're good. What's up? This is Chad. Do you have a minute to fix his echo? I can't do it. We're just getting adjusted to these our new accommodations here at Iowa Western. They've done a great job with the press box. The field looks amazing. Nice and temperature controlled in here. As Chad acts like he knows what he's doing on the keyboard. It's a lot of pressure, Chad. 1 minute on the clock, Chad.
Nothing as of yet.
So the Saints will take on the Denison Monarchs. And we might need to open a window in here, Gabe. So we got Gabe Wagner here too. This sounds really light. Hello, hello. All right. Got Gabe Wagner here. I don't even know if you can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, we can't hear you.
Can't hear me.
No, not right now.
I might have. Hey, wait. I bet you can if I plug this in.
There we go. You hear me?
Now?
No. Hold on. Say something.
Can you hear me?
Mm-mm. No, we just won't listen the first few minutes of this broadcast. We'll be fine. Say something, Gabe.
Can you hear me now?
No. Hold on. Might be the. Yeah.
How about now?
Say again.
How about now?
Say again.
How about now?
I don't know if I hear you in the room. Say something.
Can you hear me? Now?
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Okay. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Out of the elements, it's
Out of the
warm
elements.
in here.
The funny thing is I'm ready to complain about how warm it is in here.
Maybe move that a little closer. What's that? You're complaining about how warm it is in
How
here?
warm it is in the press box.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I have to disrobe in here.
We might need to tell Chad he doesn't need to yell into the microphone. There we go. All right. I don't know. Should we open the window so we can maybe hear the PA? Get pinch in on that. Maybe not.
Is it locked?
They might have thought we would do that, so they locked us in. All right, we're gonna break here for the national anthem, and we'll be back. All right, so I'll go through the starting lineup here. Hold on. I don't have the same numbers as they do. I don't have a 2 or a 4.
Number 10, Janet Castillo.
Is it?
Number 12, Jocelyn Serrato.
Is he
Number
rated?
15, Jimena Lupian. Number 21, Libby Leone. And in the goal for the Monarchs tonight, Sam Chandler, number 1.
All right, here we go. Starting lineup
Coached by Chris Eller and
is Laney Morales Garcia, number 2. Number 4,
now your starters for the
Leaney
Saints.
Carzocco. I'm going to murder these names, Gabe.
Roster.
Yeah, let's go through the roster.
We've got a
Number 14, Eleanor Coughlin.
Let's
Number
have it
15,
here.
Greta Livingston. Number 17,
number 4 is a
Sophia
Leilani
Benton.
Carrasco. Number 5 is a Carla Sanchez.
18,
Number 6 is Shelby Lima. Number 7 is
23, Alexa Lynn.
Roxy Segoviano. I apologize, I don't have my reading glasses. I left them in the car.
And in the goal tonight for the Saints, number 44,
Number 8.
Lexi Darrington.
Does that start with the X?
Zochiel?
Zochiel. Yeah.
Crystal Barroso is number 9. Number 9 as well as
The athletic trainer, Nick Finken.
Anahira Bernal. Number 10 is Janet Castillo, excuse me. Number 10 as well for JV is Leia Rosario Vasquez. Number 11 is Beatriz Zamago. Number 12 is Jocelyn Serrato. Number 13 is Nadia Medina. Number 14, Ashley Saravia. 15, Jimena Lupian. 16, Angelina Gutierrez. Number 17, Ingrid Salas. 18, Meta Rufin.
Right here.
We're just reading through the roster,
Here's the
Chad.
roster.
Okay. Which one's the bad headset?
The one Gabe has on.
All right. Did we try them both?
That one's not plugged in. Grab the other one.
We actually have a huge
Oh, hey.
roster.
They do.
Hey,
Chad, this has been the worst start to a
okay.
broadcast
Hey,
we've
nowhere
ever
to go but up from here. Nice job. Way to hold it down. I appreciate both of you.
Well, we got really stuck on the names. The first 3 starters they called out, we didn't have the numbers
was-
on the,
Yeah, I got
the
it.
printed roster. here.
I got those from Denison, I believe. They were up here in the press box for me.
Nice.
And Coach Eller did a really nice job. He was super helpful with the pronunciations.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Big props to Coach Eller. Denison, Gabe, you're the resident soccer expert. Is that called controlling the kickoff?
It is.
Well, that
Okay.
was an attempt at it. This is Lily Denton. Gets it off to, is that Ava? Is that Ava?
17?
No, that is
Sophie?
Sophia Denton.
Sophia Denton. That was Lily to Sophia Denton. The goal in the first minute of the game.
Little sister act.
Yeah. That was 13 seconds in. It's got to be some kind of record, Gabe. At least
I would think so.
it's a record for this field, I would say. Easily. I walked past Coach Hughes on the way in, Gabe, and he's like, have you worked on your goal call? He's like, I want to hear it. We didn't get a chance to get it going. Saints
weren't
score in
even-
the
we
first
weren't even
13
ready.
seconds.
Apologies, I missed something there. I'm also double duty on PA tonight, so
Well, right as Chad.
that was good, right, Gabe?
It was great.
All right, good.
Yeah.
So we've got Soph Denton there. And it's going to give us about 2 minutes, and we're going to have
So you're playing it back to Mora here,
Maura Ryan.
over to Ava Wagner.
Do you know her, Gabe?
I've heard of her
Yeah? She's a nice kid.
sometimes.
You should get to know her. Awesome kid.
Gabe's like, you should live with her.
She's actually the best one to live with.
I'm not weighing in on that one.
Nope, I'm staying away.
Saints do keep the ball inbound. Denison will play it over, and it's intercepted in the middle by Maura Ryan.
State champion. There's a few state champions on this squad, Chad.
Yes, there are. Is it bad? I wonder how we fix that.
Oh, keeper came out to grab that one. I don't have the keeper's name here.
The keeper is Sam Chandler.
Sam Chandler.
Chandler will kick it off. He's going to play it right up to Maura Ryan, who's going to boot it forward to Eleanor Coughlin. Nobody in the corner there. The keeper, Chandler, is going to go out and gather it.
It is just dead quiet in here. It's such a weird place to call a game.
We'll be all right. We just
Yeah.
got to get used to it. This beautiful facility here
It
at
is
Iowa
amazing.
Western. Game 1, day 1.
13 seconds in, Chad. Already breaking a record for the quickest goal at the home field. Well, the first goal would have been a record, Chad, but being that it was 13 seconds, as Denison tries to work it upfield, that's stopped in its track by state champion Ellie Monahan. She gets it up to Piskorski. Piskorski leads it up to, can't tell who that is.
Nothing.
That was Aubrey Brandow. Her center attempt goes a little wide. It'll be a goal kick here for the Monarchs.
As we continue to tinker with Gabe's headset there. Now's a wonderful time to remind people sponsorships at StAlbertSportsFan.com are extremely reasonable, all things considered. $300 a year if you're interested. Contact Joe and Army.
Oh, Denton almost gets one.
Good save there. That's Chandler in the goal. Man, it's hot in here.
Got the window open.
I know.
It's like blowing right on us somewhere.
It's right here.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
All right, Monarchs trying to get it out of their end of the field here. They pass it back to their defensive line. Tries to get it to the midfield. Bounce around. Controlled in the midfield. Tracked down by, is that Sophia Denton?
No, that was Eleanor Coughlin.
Oh, that's Coughlin, 14.
Sophia Denton is playing up top striker.
Okay. Oh, she's 17. Got it.
That is the type of analysis why we brought Gabe into this. Very subdued, all things considered, Gabe.
Is that Lenz gets it on the near side here? This is
Over to Greta Livingston.
yep.
Intercepted by Denison. They're going to push the ball. It's going to be controlled by Lenz in the middle. She's going to bring it up forward.
That's Brandow on the far side.
Good call. Thank you.
So the Saints look to have switched up their back line a little bit from the way that it ended last year. You now have Ava Wagner out on the right, playing right back. You've moved Alexa Lenz inside to right center back along with Ellie Monahan, and you still have Greta.
Ooh,
Livingston
Coughlin
out
with a
on the left hand.
strike around the 20. Is that about right, Gabe? About the 20?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Corner kick, Saints.
Nice save. I
That's
don't know
good.
if that was on goal, but tipped out by the goalie.
Looks like they might have something worked here on the training ground. They might go short or they may go long.
Brian Hamilton checking in. Thank you for your feedback, Brian.
So they opt to go with the short corner.
That was Denton with the center attempt. Handled by
Eleanor.
Coughlin. She just always seems to be in the right place at the right time. She gets it off to Brandow. Brandow out. Gets it out. Who is that? 10.
That is Kirsten.
Yep.
Piskorski off to play college soccer in South Dakota.
Nice little play there by the Denison back line there, getting Piskorski offsides there. Way about as far back as you can be offsides. But their defensive line jumped up as she was, open for that pass, and here we are.
Brandow.
A little chilly out there if you're just walking, but it's probably a great day to play soccer.
I turned the heat off in here, by the way.
Good job.
Remind me to turn that back on when we leave.
Here's Denton. She's always going to track it down. Gets it off to Greta. Greta on the near side.
One thing I've seen so far that I like is they're trying to stay wide and create a lot of width. Something they kind of struggled with last year.
Do you think that's a product of playing on such a bigger field?
And
maybe a
turf.
little bit quicker than the grass they were used to last year, Gabe?
Absolutely.
And turf, right?
Yeah.
Turf. I mean, they certainly played a lot of their away games on turf last year. But this would certainly be a little bit of a learning curve. I mean, for some of the girls. Obviously, Eleanor Coughlin plays high-level club soccer, and she's completely used to it.
Would it be safe to say, Gabe, that most of the kids that play club are used to turf by now?
By now, unfortunately.
Yeah. Not a big fan of turf, eh?
Not at all. It's an absolute monstrosity.
Yes.
The ball moves too fast.
From an
it's not
from an
forgiving on
upkeep
the
standpoint,
joints.
I love it though.
Oh yeah, from a maintenance
From
standpoint,
yeah,
for sure.
but from like a competitive side,
From the pure aesthetics, it's awful.
I mean, that's why the top level soccer in the world, they won't play on anything but grass.
did I hear correct that they're bringing like a grass field into like Cowboy Stadium for the World Cup?
Yeah, they won't.
They have to.
They will not play on anything other.
Shot attempt's going to be blocked by Graham.
Was that Greta on the shot?
I believe it was Greta Livingston. Went just a touch left. That'll be Saints corner.
Be counted as a shot on goal since a keeper save there, right?
Beautiful.
Gabe, is that right?
Yeah.
It was offered to us if we wanted to keep individual statistics. They have the technology available here.
That's
Right.
nice header there by Eleanor Coughlin. We'll be saying her name a lot tonight.
What a save by Graham.
Yeah,
Or Chandler.
right
excuse
place
me.
at the right
Chandler.
time.
Wagner's going to control the free ball.
Gabe, could you see, was that Lily on the corner kick? Because that was a nice ball in.
I believe
that was Kirsten Piskorsk.
I agree.
That was a really nice ball.
It was a great ball.
There's Coughlin, gets it to Brandow, about the 20. She gets it inside where it's dangerous. Nothing happening. Chandler with the save. She might get tired out tonight.
Saints living on their side of the field
Yeah,
so
they are.
far.
So far. Denison making a nice little run here. This is
Segoviano.
nice job, Jad.
Yeah, you're welcome. Piskorski looking for something in the middle. Finds Coughlin. Good challenge by the Monarchs. Back to Ryan. Up forward to Piskorski, who tries to go to the corner. Nothing doing.
Is Brandow's colors on her jersey white and everybody else is yellow?
I believe that to be true.
Okay. I didn't know if my eyes were deceiving me. This is Coughlin, gets around a defender. Her attempt at goal is blocked by the said defender. She gets it off to Ryan. Ryan, I almost said top of the key, and I will say top of the key. She gets it off to, who's that? Sorry, Greta. Gosh, I can't get her name.
Greta
right now.
Livingston.
Her pass to Denton goes a little wide.
The
So,
ball
yeah.
goes into that little hut thing that the Saints are sitting in. What do they call those, Gabe?
I don't know.
I refer to them as huts.
I like them.
There's like theater chairs inside of there. No joke.
This is Bernal giving the Saints defensive line some
Yes.
action here. That's Monahan gets it off to the goalie, Darrington. Her pass to the outside stolen. That's turned over. That's gonna be
Sanchez
Ava
with the
Wagner.
ball.
Ava does a good job getting that upfield to Brando. It's knocked out of bounds by Monarch. I'm used to calling basketball, so it's like I feel like I need to call every little thing, but it's so much of a slower pace. Hear a pin drop in here. Ooh.
Oh, Kirsten really needed to look for Lily Denton on that.
Nice ball there by Mora. See if Lily always going to be able to run that down. She gets it on her left foot. Center pass to her sister, a little wide. Defender misplays that. And that is going to trickle out for a Saints corner kick. Chad, do you have your goal?
I'm going to leave that up to you guys. I got to jump on the PA and announce the goals, so I figure you two can handle it tonight.
No.
Maybe for Creighton, when this is our sole focus, I'll be able to drum something up.
Ease in.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I
The
got
best.
a bit of a echo in these cans. So it's
Yeah,
kind of-
we got to figure that out. Maybe if Joe, I believe Joe's in the home studio. Maybe it's time to pull the trigger on that soundboard.
Chad, if you're part-time in it, I think Gabe gets the good headset.
Disagree.
Nice ball in. This is more Ryan. Her shot right at Chandler, the goalie. She makes her 6th, 7th save of the game so far. She gets it out.
Chandler's played well back there.
This is Bernal testing the Saints D. Lynn's on her.
Just like in basketball, suffocating
Nice
defense
ball.
from Linz.
Nice ball there by Bernal.
Good
Tracked
recovery.
down by Monahan. Ooh. Misplayed there by Lily Denton.
Ball goes into the hut.
It's like volleyball when we used to call the
Candy canes?
Yeah, the thing
The
that
sticks
came-
of the candy canes? I
Yeah.
still don't know what those are called. At this point, I don't care.
I should know. I watch way too much volleyball not to know that.
You pay too much money for volleyball not to know that.
No, I don't need to know every little detail. I know what good volleyball looks like. This is Coughlin. Up the side. Nice leading pass to Sophia Denton.
She'll control it along the sideline. Challenge by number 15 from Denison. It'll go out of bounds, and I believe that'll be a corner
that was
kick.
a-
I
I
thought it
thought
went
that
off
was a goal
Denton.
kick.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
We're gonna get Lily Denton and Piskorski over here to handle the corner kick duties. Lily gets it to Piskorski. Back to Lily Denton. She's got a good angle here. Ball in. Off Morris' chest. That's Brandow for the goal. Saints lead 2-0. I promised Chris I'd get a really good goal. That was Brandow, yeah. Assist from...
Aubrey Brando with the goal. Assist from Laura Ryan.
It's a heck of a lot louder than I was anticipating. What's that? Oh,
It was Shepard.
correction. Alicia Shepard with the goal.
Ref wants the clock.
Stop the clock. Oh, boy. What?
You said that in the microphone.
What did I say?
Stop the clock over the microphone in
Oh.
the
Sorry.
PA. Oh, man.
Still
I don't
nothing
know.
Worked out.
There's a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on right now.
Finken down there, shrugging his shoulders. Oh, that's funny. So, listen, Chad, you get it right. Alyssa
I did.
Shepard on the goal.
All right. Well, we
Sorry.
were 0 for 3. We had 3 chances to
that's
correct that up
100%
here.
my fault because
Yeah.
Brando had the white numbers, and I
What?
said that.
Like usual with all broadcasts, I'm the one who sounds like an idiot based on things that you say.
Oh, man, we need a spotter. This is Coughlin pushing the envelope. That one's sent into Sophia Denton, controlled by Chandler, the goalie.
When did Alyssa Shepard come into the game?
Brando just checked out. I mean, she's been on the field like a minute.
We missed that one. Alyssa Shepard's in the game, guys, if you didn't know.
Freshman Alyssa Shepard. Probably, if you know anything about Saint soccer, you know this Shepard name. This is Bernal, tries to get the ball inside. That's kicked away by Ava Wagner. Nice ball in there by Sorrento. Controlled by the Saints. This is Maura Ryan. Looking for someone in the midfield. Tries to get it to Denton. That might be an offsides. I don't know if the referee was in place. That's an
It's hard to tell from back here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, then.
I don't really look. Just sometimes when it seems too easy, it's like, that's offsides.
It's sometimes it's hard when you're behind the play like we are, about 30 yards or so. Things look offsides and sometimes are not. But
Like was that in the World Cup or some tournament maybe this summer? The guy was offsides by like a fingernail. That technology they have for the offsides is
frustrating.
crazy.
I don't love it.
No, I don't either. It's kind of like, soccer. Like in football, when your team scores a touchdown, you always have that like few seconds where it's like, oh, no flags, sweet. But now with soccer, you got to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
one thing to watch with the Saints this year is they did lose, production from all 3 levels of the team. They lost Sophie Sheffield in goal, lost Lily Crone in the midfield, and obviously lose a lot of goal production from Ella Klussman. So right now it's going to be interesting
ton
to
of
see.
goal production,
It's
right?
going to be interesting to see how the defense works and get when they get tested with Lexi Darrington. And then in the midfield, you've got Eleanor obviously there, who can handle her own and be the engine for the team. But really, another question is, which partly has been answered tonight with Sophie Denton scoring a goal.
And she was active on the offensive side last year a little
Yes.
bit. Yeah, from
Yeah.
what I saw.
Yep.
But not Klussman.
No.
But she was
Not yet.
she was a freshman last year, right?
Yeah.
So
She's got great speed.
She's strong.
Strong. Can
And
she
the-
finish?
right, and those goal scorers, they just have something about them. They're always in the right place at the right time, kind of like Shepard was there. We'll obviously see more, but good start for Shepard there.
And I believe Coach Hughes has a bet with Sophie Denton.
What's that?
I don't know the exact
That's Denton right
number,
there with another opportunity.
but I think there's a wager that involves some headphones that if she hits a certain mark of goals and assists this year.
Nice. That's sometimes you got to incentivize these teenage girls with something.
Brandow will come
Brandon
back
checks in for Lily Denton.
Coming out for The Monarchs will be Anna Yahira, Bernal. I believe the number is 45, Gabe. I believe that's what I heard.
45
45?
points.
Yeah, goals between
45
JV,
goals and assists?
JV and varsity, yes.
Oh, okay. This is Piskorski in the midfield. She's weighing her options. Gets it to Ryan. Ryan's got a man on. She got to get it back. That's Lenz. It's not a hockey game, Jesse. I don't got to call it like a hockey game.
You can if you want to.
I like doing it.
Wagner puts a little pressure on there.
Is that 13 on the Monarchs over there?
I believe it's a teen number, yes. Coughlin's going to control the ball in the middle of the field. She's going to push it.
Seen her do this in another sport recently. That's Eleanor Coughlin with the third goal of the Saints tonight.
Great finish.
I don't know if that's unassisted, but she took that from about the 30.
Unfisted.
Yeah.
Picked the ball up about 30, 35 yards out and just slalomed through the defense and put it home easily.
She's like she's a rocket. She's so fast. Talk about talk about goal scoring, being in the right place, right time, good instincts. Eleanor has that. I mean, she's
She's
always
a complete
seems
package.
yeah, she just always seems to be in the right
She's
place
aggressive.
at the right time.
She's smart. She's got great skills.
Yeah.
And she's even, relative to when she plays in club, she's playing out of position. In club, she plays right fullback.
Oh, really?
So it just gives you an idea of what her skill set is.
Yeah, she has the versatility to do both. I don't know. Could she lead the team in scoring? Who knows? Mm-hmm. We'll see. But from the midfield, playing defense in the club, that's pretty impressive. But man, you would love to, as a coach, if you could have her on that back line just to run down anything, Gabe. That'd
Absolutely. Now, we've got to take the quality of opponent into the equation here, but I'm very encouraged.
Nice look there from more Ryan to Coughlin. Sorry.
No worries. I'm very encouraged of how I see the Saints knock the ball around.
What do you mean by that?
They're forming triangles out there. They're using the entire width of the field. They're not dribbling the ball too much. They're looking for their teammates, looking for passes, not afraid to play the ball backwards or side to side. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's encouraging to see.
Yeah, they're not just trying to dribble through they're playing the game.
Nope.
Right?
Absolutely.
Nice job there by Brandow getting around her defender.
Gabe, what's the learning curve like on something like this? You see a ball, it hits the turf and it bounces up. I know they're practicing here, but that's going to take some adjusting, isn't it?
I would think so. I don't have a great deal of experience in my playing career. I'm playing this fast of a service. Maybe during the winter when you play indoor, you might play on a gym floor, or you might play on AstroTurf or field turf.
Nice shot there by Coughlin. Goes a little high.
Really, the game just moves, and the ball just moves so much quicker.
Yeah, I think as much you'll get some high bounces from drop kicks and stuff, but I
really
think
the
the turf
pace.
affects it more on like a leading pass that's going to roll out 20 yards further than a grass field would.
It really just magnifies everything.
Yeah.
It speeds it up.
Yeah, so I think the learning curve on the bounces is like one practice, one day. It's just just be a little less aggressive on a drop kick. But learning, those touch passes, how far those are going to trickle down the field, you just get used to it.
Coughlin was looking for the younger Denton there. Just a touch too long. Good save by
But Chad, that's
the keeper.
definitely something that you don't think about when you're watching professionals play or college athletes play. But when these high school girls go from relying on a municipal employee to mow the lawn to turf, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and I think it's worth noting that this is a soccer first real facility.
okay.
This was not built with the intention of football. Now the JV team plays here for Iowa Western. Falcons will play here in the fall, but this is really and I think there might be a difference in the type of turf between football and soccer, but this is a soccer first facility, and so there's no doubt that they're getting the best of the best here.
We'll get a little indication on how Kyle Irwin runs on this field here in a little bit, Chad.
Yeah. Falcons
Speaking
coming
of
off
football,
a nice victory against Columbus SCOTUS last night.
Yeah, and you forget, sometimes you forget what kind of conditions they'll play soccer in.
Yeah,
Like,
that field did not look great.
No, I mean,
Makes you appreciate what you got.
yeah, like football, like American football and soccer, you play in almost all conditions, right?
Yeah.
You forget that about soccer until you show up to one of these spring games and it's 20 degrees with 25-mile-an-hour winds. These kids are in shorts.
And no long sleeves. There's a couple of these girls not wearing a long sleeve shirt underneath it, and I'm wondering if their parents are pleased right now.
Oh yeah, first day April, Jet had to wear
These
shorts to
conditions
school
actually
today.
aren't that bad, though.
I
I mean, assuming the wind stays down,
Yeah,
the
no,
temperature's not terrible.
I
And
mean,
if you're on the field moving around, running, this is perfect.
Yeah, I'm interested to see like when the wind is howling, how exposed we are up here on this hill.
I was up here last night. Allie had practice up here for her club team, and it was whipping.
Was it?
It comes through the valley just past St. Pat's Church pretty good.
All right, this is
Eleanor Coughlin.
Coughlin. Brando with a little attempt in there. Good job keeping it alive. Good job by the Monarch clearing it out of there. Had about 7 Saints in the box there. This is Greta. Greta gets it to Coughlin. Coughlin's going to drop it off to Brando.
So have we only seen 2 substitutions so far for the Saints?
I believe
Yes.
that's true.
Brando off, Shepard on,
Okay.
and then Brando on.
It looks like Mora is going to check back in
Yeah.
for probably Shepard. Be my guess.
I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, how many minutes do you think Coughlin's gonna play? Is she 80 minutes tonight?
That's a good question. I suppose it depends on
On the score.
Chris's comfort level with the score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
He'll
game-
probably want her 80 minutes by the end of the season, right? Come playoff time.
First game for both teams.
But I mean, you got to remember she is already in game shape.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, Denison has played a game. Excuse me.
That was a nice look there by Greta. Just a little hot there, and that's something, Chad kind of alluded to, getting used to that turf. Who knows if that ball would have stayed in or been able to be tracked down by Coughlin there. But Greta trying to lead Coughlin on that little go route, I'll call it.
I was wrong. Maura Ryan is checking in for Kirsten Piskorski.
Okay. And she roams around the middle.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, so is Mora. Well,
Lily just missed that pass from Greta down the left wing. So it's in for a
nice,
Denison
strong
throw-in.
throw-in by the Monarchs.
Let's see if Ellie can switch the field here.
Just going to kick it over to Linz. Linz looking for Ava Wagner.
That is Shepard there. Gets it to Denton.
Good use of the shoulder there by Aubrey.
Coughlin fighting through a lot of contact. Really kicked to the sideline. I think Denison will be able to save that.
So Coughlin, Eleanor probably likes, obviously likes playing for the Saints, but as opposed to our club team where she's playing on defense, she gets a lot more scoring ops here.
Here, yeah, absolutely.
And knowing her, seeing her play basketball and other things, she wants to score the goal.
She is active.
Yeah.
Looks like the Saints are going to have a substitution here. 2 of them, in fact, number 55 and number 27.
What a blessing having Ellie Monahan and Linz, these sprinters in the backfield. Like, this team has a ton of speed. That's for sure.
Absolutely. This team does not lack for speed at any level. They've got speed in the defense with, like you said, Ellie and Alexa. Middle, you've got Eleanor. And then obviously up top, you've got Sophia Denton, Lily Denton.
Mm-hmm. I know Shepard's quick.
Shepard's quick.
And Ava's not slow.
That's a heck of a compliment there.
No, it's just like, that is kind of bad. That's how I describe Chad. No, I would I would describe Chad as slow.
That Denison shot attempt came off the foot of Anahira Bernal, saved by Darrington. Checking in for the Saints will be Gracie Gruis and
Ketty?
Ketty Pulis Schweer.
Let's see if Ava can use the left foot here. No,
That was a right.
we're going back to the right.
You gonna give her that feedback tonight at dinner?
You've done good, Gabe. You're pretty boisterous on the sideline, right?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the only sport that I've really let my children know about how they're doing.
Very disciplined being up here, not not yelling. Monarchs make a little run here on the Saints' third of the field. Called the defensive third, maybe. That's Bernal. That's going to be tracked down by Moore Ryan. He's going to get it up top. That's Denton. Got some space there.
Did they switch her position when she checked back in?
Yeah, she was on the left side.
Yeah, okay. And Denton's going to have the ball knocked out of bounds. Good defense by the Monarchs.
Imagine Coach Hughes is just trying out different combinations at this point and trying to see, switching left to right, like Aubrey and Lily, see how they operate on either side.
Is Lily left-footed? I feel like she was on the left side last year too.
She made us have a nice left.
Yeah.
If she's left-footed, it's pretty common for coaches to put put you on the opposite side of your dominant foot because you can cut in from that side, put the ball on your dominant foot, and shoot to the far post, which is harder for a goalkeeper to save.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of right-footed players love playing on the left-hand side because they can make the cut into the inside.
Yeah. I
And
guess
shoot.
I'm used to coaching third graders where it's like, okay, we got two lefties. They're playing on the left side.
Yep.
We need to be able to center the ball.
And that makes sense because you have to be able to cross the ball with your weaker foot in that case.
Yeah, and that's not developed.
And that's can be difficult for players that haven't worked on it.
Mm-hmm.
But pure goal scorers love playing on the opposite side of their dominant foot.
Yeah. Makes sense. There's Coughlin on the near side, surveying options. Her ball intended for Shepard. It's going to go off a Denison defender right into Chandler's hands. What kind of squads Denison have, Chad? What's Bound say? What'd they do last year?
I didn't look it up.
The Saints go undefeated last year in Hawk 10 play.
Yeah, I believe so.
Was
Yeah,
Chris was
because LC's only loss was against us. So yeah, we would have had to have gone undefeated. Hawk 10 champs, state qualifiers, of course.
I think Coach of the Year maybe was Chris.
In the district, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he
yeah.
won some award.
Multiple KMA awards.
Nice ball upfield by Coughlin to Lily Denton.
Put it on.
Denton looking for that
just
far
wide.
post, just wide.
Nice opportunity there by Denton. She's kicking herself.
Just couldn't get her foot around that.
Great
Probably's going to hear
opportunity.
about that from her sister.
That was a nice opportunity. A lot of self-created. Yeah, I mean, she built that on her own.
This is Piskorski checking in for Alyssa Shepard.
Jesse's taking a break.
He's doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
He's
so.
doing a nice job. Oh, he just had to go spit something outside. Never fails. Love it.
A bug flew in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Nice ball upfield by Moore Ryan. Brandow trying to track it down, but gonna get the offsides call there. That's our friend, Chad. What's his name?
Matt Wolk.
Yes.
10.5 minutes to go here in the first. Saints lead 3-0.
Thoroughly in control.
Yeah.
I don't believe the Lady Monarchs have even had a shot
I have
on
to,
or
they've had, I believe, one.
I think
Bernal.
I think the ball has touched Lexi's foot twice, her hands 0 times.
Bernal had a shot there, saved by Darrington a couple minutes ago.
Ooh, nice leading pass there by Piskorski to Lily Denton. Little too strong. Nice job coming out of goal there by Chandler.
see if that ball's on grass, Lily
Yeah.
gets to it.
100%.
I tell you what really impresses me. You know how many girls Denison has on their roster?
A huge roster.
Like 40?
60.
Brandow gets it up to Denton. Denton with another shot on goal. That's going to be picked up by Chandler.
That's some great participation.
Yeah, it is. That's number 6. That's Lima. Upfield, this is Bernal. Nice job handling that by Len. She gets it to Wagner. Wagner gets it up to Piskorski. Over to Moore Ryan. Moore Ryan controlling
little
in the middle.
turn.
Yeah, good job. Those little things are they're so easy to overlook, but people that know. Piskorski takes a cold soccer ball off her leg. That's no fun.
Over to Gracie Gruis.
Gracie's going to bring the ball into Lily Denton. Creates a little bit of space. Shot on goal. Good stop by Chandler.
I think the Denton sisters have a competition amongst themselves, too. Gotta.
Don't they always?
Yeah, they should. This is Bernal, who's been pretty active up top for the Monarchs for as little as they've had the ball on the offensive side. It's going to be easily cleaned up there by Darrington. She's going to get it off to Wagner.
Shot attempt off the foot of Shelby Lima. Number 6. Nice save by Darrington.
Gruis keeping it alive there on the far side.
And go out of bounds. Stay with the Saints.
8.25 left. That one's going to be tracked down by Moore Ryan. She's telling Brandau to go. Her leading pass is deflected.
Good defense by Serrato from the Monarchs.
You know, I can only imagine that it's really good for the Saints or really great for them when you've got basically 3 point guards from your basketball team that have now transferred over to your soccer team.
Yeah,
And they almost, all 3 of them, basically play in the middle of the pitch.
yeah.
We heard a lot of that in the TV broadcast if you went back and watched it when the Saints were making their unprecedented run to the state championship. A lot of credit from Eleanor Coughlin in interviews says Lily Denton's got a breakaway opportunity here. Here's a state champion cross-country runner. She's going to be pushed off the ball by Carrasco, controlled by the Monarchs. Something that Eleanor attributed, I think, in one of her media availabilities was her vision and her ability to see the court. She attributed that to soccer. Kind of picked up, and you heard it from a lot of the announcers. And then I think they looked into how many of the basketball girls played soccer, and everything started to click into place. So I know I'm in a group text with Coach Hughes, who pretty much took credit for that state championship. So,
But it's one of the for me just listening to that, Chad. For me it's like chicken or the egg. You know, is soccer helping basketball or basketball helping? You know, they're helping each other. Just
And
being in competition,
that's
those
the-
close spaces.
I mean, they're really the same sport.
Yeah,
Well,
on a ball
On a more
handler
compressed,
view.
and,
Yeah,
you know, compressed, but it's all about angles, creating space, moving
Yep.
without the ball, with the
keeping
ball,
space. Yep.
looking around, make sure you're checking your shoulders all the time.
Yep.
So it wouldn't be surprising that girls like Eleanor, Ellie, and Mora excel in both arenas.
100%. Yeah, if you had Eleanor Coughlin just on the soccer pitch, and not on the basketball court,
nice save by
I think
Dennis
you'd be
Chandler.
vying for her to play basketball.
Oh,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? So, and vice versa.
100%.
CFO of Iowa Western, Eddie Holtz, in the booth right now. He refuses any media availability. St. Albert father,
Should be
supporter.
offside. That should have been an offside call.
It should have been. Tracked down by Ryan. Ryan gets it to Piskorski, upfield to Coughlin. Coughlin taking her time.
It's going to play it up to Gruis and Denton.
See, on
Gruis with some fresh legs.
maybe this might come with a little bit of more time, but Gracie's got to recognize when Eleanor turns her body that way, and Denison's team is playing so far back, she needs to make that run and just
now.
get going.
Stay on side.
Don't
time
wait
it
for the
right.
kick. Just go before the ball is kicked.
Right, because Eleanor's going to time that
Correct.
while you're on side.
Correct.
Brandau, Lily Denton, and Ava Wagner coming off.
Ava's first break.
And I think that is what it's going to take time. Gruis is just
Yeah.
a sophomore. This field is
Absolutely.
the same size as Creighton. It's the largest allowable size for a soccer field.
I was gonna ask that about the size,
Yeah,
the
it's,
width.
it's the largest allowable size for a pitch.
And interestingly enough, we learned this doing the maintenance or the committee up at school.
Facilities
the
committee.
facilities committee when we were looking at, the field up at school. There's a range of field width that you can have in high school soccer. I thought it was all pretty standard, like a basketball court or a football
It's
field.
variable. That blew our minds.
Yeah. This is fresh legs. This is Shepard. Got 4 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock in the first half. This is Shepard on the near side. Her ball ends deflected by a Monarch. Nice job by Shepard.
Good left foot.
Oh,
Coughlin
nice
with a
opportunity
shot
created
wide
there
left.
by Shepard and Coughlin.
I think with 4 minutes left in the half, Coach Hughes has got to be relatively happy.
Yeah, and I think he wants more. That's why he brought in, a little fresh legs here to finish the half.
I think he'd like to see a little bit, the girls be a little bit more clinical in front of the goal and finish those, put those to the corner as opposed to getting them right to the keeper. But it is the first game, their first time on this field, so I think he's going to be okay with it.
Yeah, because, the coaching point there has to be you're not always going to get 15 opportunities.
Correct.
Some nights you're going to get 4 opportunities. And you see that a lot with the women's national team. They kind of sometimes they'll have 30 opportunities and score 2 goals. It's like, in a closer game, we're going to get mopped off the court or off the field. But it's just a good point there.
Yeah.
Make more of those. Don't take them for granted. So. Because you'll have some, we could play, the same team next, tomorrow and, be up 6-0 with the opportunities we've had tonight so far.
More Ryan with the ball near the middle of the field. She's going to take it back.
Back to Greta, it looks like.
Again, Coach Hughes running out a lot of different lineups here.
I would say it looks like your one constant, or your 3 constants, rather, who have not left, appear to be Ellie, Alexa, and Eleanor. I think everyone else is switched out.
Sophia has stayed in the middle, hasn't she?
She's come out, though.
Has she?
Yeah, she
Okay.
has. Yeah.
Okay.
Right on cue, there's Alexa Linz. She'll bring it up to Shepard. Shepard finds Coughlin.
Nice give and go by those 2.
So that might give you kind of an
Say
idea.
those again. So Ellie, Eleanor,
Ellie,
and
Eleanor, and Alexa have not
Okay.
come off yet. So that might give you kind of a good indication or a good idea of a few of the players that he thinks are probably indispensable.
yeah, those. It's kind of like a little triangle in the back there.
Coughlin creates her own
Exactly.
opportunity. Right on goal. Chandler with another great save.
She would have liked to have one more touch there, get that ball out in front of her, but
Chandler has been very impressive back there. She's been tested time and time again. She's done very well.
I agree with Gabe. We've been center of the goal. If we're,
Yeah.
I think Coach, like Gabe was saying, would you rather have your players missing a little wide, aiming at the corners, than the goalie having 12 saves
Yeah.
in the first half? Yeah.
Absolutely, for sure. I mean, you want to make sure that the shot is on target. Make the keeper save it because you never know if she's going to catch it. Is she going to deflect it? Is it going to be a rebound? So you want to, first of all, you want it on target.
Just not center mass.
Just not center mass. Or if you're going to do that, put a little mustard on it. Make sure
You're gonna
It's
get a
harder to
bounce.
save.
Like a.
Yep.
Not every goalie's like Pudge Rodriguez getting those bouncers in, keeping them. I watched a highlight of Pudge throwing guys out from his knees today. It was like 3 minutes long, and my right arm hurt after watching it.
Denison looking for something here before halftime.
Well, you really don't want to give up a goal here.
No.
Good recovery by Livingston.
26 seconds here.
And, of course, that time is unofficial. The officials have the clock on their wrist, is what I'm hearing. Oh,
And good news, it looks like the Yankees are losing 2-1.
well, Ben Rice just roped a double. They'll come back. Torpedo bat season, baby.
RPG bats.
Hey, I mean, as I was telling Gabe before this, and that'll do it for the first half. If you're not employing an MIT engineer to try to give you a competitive advantage,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
You're a $20 billion company.
149 years baseball's been played, and nobody thought, I don't know, let's make it wider where people hit the ball.
Well,
Well, I had to turn the heat on. I'm not paying the bills here.
Well, I read that the Yankees are going to start using those cricket bats.
Hey,
Chad.
actually, I need to talk to Mr. Holtz about something. I need to step out for 2
you want
seconds.
to? What do we got here for halftime? We'll step away. We got 10 minutes. We're going to step away. We'll come back with about 3 to go on the halftime. And we're back. Chad pulling double duty.
Oh, wait. I might have yours. Yeah.
God, that's terrible.
Should we try this one out? We haven't even tried that one.
Oh, let's try that. Hold on.
How do you know that's not that one?
I'm gonna.
Oh.
Here, let's just try this out. Gabe, try that.
All right, Saints with a 3-0 lead.
Is that any better?
It's a little better.
All right.
13.
Well.
Saints get a goal 13 seconds
I'll take a little
into
better.
the home
Yeah, it's a little better.
All right.
home opener.
All right,
here
Joe,
at,
if you're listening.
Chad, what are we calling this field?
This is the John and Harriet Weeby Stadium.
Weeby?
Yep. So
John and Harriet Weeby Stadium.
if we have time, I'd love to tell the story as to how this all came about.
Please do.
Well,
Okay.
I think we'll have time. I just want to make sure we cover the fact that they scored 13 seconds in, Chad.
Yeah,
Broke
they
a
did.
record.
Yeah. Oh, that
I-
was a record? Where'd you hear that?
It's
don't
a
know.
record for this field, Chad.
Oh, no, I don't know if that's true.
You think someone else scored 13 seconds in?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, the college
Saints?
kids play on this
Saints. I'm talking
regularly.
Saints, Chad. Talking Saints
Well,
here.
that was the
It's
first
a high
goal.
school record.
So
okay.
no matter what, it could have taken
So
45 minutes, and it
first
still
goal,
would have been
the fastest goal
record.
of all time,
Thank
yeah.
you. That's what I was getting at.
At any rate, so John and Harriet Weeby, it's fascinating. So all that, all that land out by the interstate,
Yeah.
in between the college and the interstate. So the Weebies actually owned that land, and they donated it to the college long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the entire purpose was either expand the college, develop it, sell it, whatever, but further your interests with it. And Iowa Western was met with an opportunity. It sounded like they couldn't pass it up. I was on city council when this happened. That land's actually sold, so Iowa Western sold it. They were trying to figure out, how do we honor the Weebies' donation as best as they could. And St. Albert mom Molly Noon is the president of the Iowa Western Foundation. She was integrally involved with this as well, with Dr. Dan Kenny, the second junior. I'm not sure if that's even true, but he has the same name as his dad. One of my favorite dudes to drink a pop with.
Soda pop.
Yep. So they decided that they were going to build this on-campus facility for their soccer team. We're actually on.
Nice job by the Saints here, keeping possession.
We're
Sorry,
actually on where the original soccer field was here. This is where my wife played on the first Iowa Western soccer team many years ago.
Chad. Nice ball up field there by Coughlin.
Thank you very much. Yes, perfect. Thank you. I was looking for this for the PA before that, and we didn't have a chance to. We didn't have their names, so I couldn't announce it.
That one's booted out by Carrasco.
Oh, no, not at all. Thank you. I appreciate it.
This Brando gets it into Coughlin. Coughlin on the near side. She's going to look to center. That ball in.
Great ball.
Ooh, off of Lily Denton's, probably her calf, then over to Brando. Her shot goes wide. Nice opportunity there for the Saints.
Brady, if you need to switch sides. Okay, you're fine. All right.
Did you turn this back on?
Yeah, I did. I'm going to turn it off. There we go. Okay.
Sanchez loses it to
Maura
Ryan. No one picks her up. She's going to go right through. Her shot on goal saved by Chandler. Nice opportunity there by Maura Ryan.
Looked like she was going for near post there. Is that right, Gabe?
That's right.
All right. Yes.
Look at you, Chad.
Constantly seeking validation.
This is Lenz. Gets it to little touch pass there by Coughlin to Brando. Brando's got it on the near side. Her pass to the inside is stolen away, but back to Brando. Not a hockey game, Jesse. This is Castillo.
We're back to the silence.
Yeah, I'll try to keep talking.
That's
You're doing a
okay.
great job.
Can't too hold that. Is that number 9, Bernal?
Bernal and Monahan.
Yeah, Bernal's pretty active in there.
Yeah, she's had a nice game. Just hasn't had the ability to
Not a ton of touches.
close out the goal.
Saints, that back line, though, is holding pretty firm. This is Sophia Denton. Great ball there by Coughlin. Sophia's going to outrun everybody. Ooh. Nothing there.
Good recovery. What number is that from Denison?
Can't tell.
Excuse me.
That ball's booted by Chandler.
It was a very good recovery on what is a very quick player for the Saints in Denton.
Wagner's got time here. As always, Coffin comes calling. She's always open. This is Brandow.
Yep. Good square.
Nice job there by Piskorski to maintain possession. Gets it to Moore Ryan.
See, in there, I'd like Ava to become more involved in that attack.
On
She
that,
should have taken
yeah.
with and gone up the field with it.
Nice ball there by Coughlin. This is a,
Should be a corner kick.
yep. It looks like it'll be Piskorski in.
And then Lily Denton's coming
Lily
over
Denton.
for the short option. See if they play it or if Kirsten's going to go long.
Kirsten's got the leg, right? Yep. All right. They're going to call Lily off. Say, get in there, do your damage, Lily. Nice ball there by Piskorski. Cleaned up by Coughlin. Coughlin's going to take a shot. That's going to go through the uprights, a little high. She's just always there, Gabe. Just always. I mean, same thing in basketball.
Nope, it's in the right spot.
Yep. Something to be said for that, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, it's not luck.
No.
You know, you just
Good
some
anticipation.
people just have those instincts.
Ball's going to be played in by Denton. Excuse me, Coughlin. Controlled by Denison. Saved inbounds.
It's Castillo, I think.
Castillo, okay, thank you. Lily Denton. The ball over there. Handball. Will go over to the Monarchs.
How much have the girls practice up here, Gabe?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Doesn't come up at home.
Well, not really.
Yeah. No, I have one of those. You get a couple words a night with that's a bonus.
Most times I don't even know if she's home or not.
Coughlin drops it off to Moore Ryan. Ryan up top to Denton.
That.
Oh, Chandler with
waited
another
forever.
great save. Wow.
Playing possum. That's like what I do to Jet. I'm like, oh, you're going to kick it? No. Chad, I still can't believe you said stop the clock into the microphone.
That
over
was
the PA
embarrassing.
today.
That was super embarrassing.
It's a great ball.
Nice
spelling.
ball there by Coughlin.
That was not my best moment. Shot's going to go wide, high and to the left.
Ooh, that's a long walk to go get that ball. It's down that hill.
Oh,
Down by
did
the
it?
Road, yeah.
There's safety nets
Not
behind
very
the
big.
goal.
It's not very big, though. The alley down there?
No, she had to go to soccer practice. Kellen's on the far side now.
He's like, I'm not.
He's going to be the worst ball boy of all time. He's going to be trying to have full conversations with people over there.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're hard up for ball kids.
Yeah, Chris put it out to the third grade boys. I'm like, I don't think you don't want any of these boys being your ball boy.
Terrible choice.
You'll get
There you go.
more than 10 balls bounce into the field during the
Play it
game.
I'd like to see them play it out wide. There you go.
Oh, thanks, Gabe. Forgot we're watching a soccer game here.
Monahan was looking for Livingston, intercepted by the Monarchs. Monahan,
That speed you talked about, Gabe, just we're never really out of it.
Nope. He's got great straight line speed.
Monahan takes a tumble there.
And, talk about a competitor, like Coughlin. That's Ellie Monahan. She is tough. All these girls are. I think one of the toughest sports is like cross country. Lily Denton, the mental toughness you need to do those races.
Speaking of Lily Denton, the ball's played to the corner for her. She's going to center it for her sister, Sophia, but it's saved by Chandler once again. Good idea. Those will come into play eventually. They'll work.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't want her sister scoring too many goals. This is Castillo gets it back. The back line cleared out. That's Livingston heading the ball out of bounds. As we see the Falcons and the varsity Monarch boys warming up. Any insight to that matchup, Chad?
Nope.
Saints have gotten a little stagnant.
A little bit.
Good overlap by Ava.
Is that a compliment? She's going to go back and rewind this. I might have to timestamp that so she
never
can hear
hear
what
it.
it sounds like. I'll send it to her.
Shepard set to check in. What's your guess, Gabe?
Castillo playing tough
Good
defense
question.
there.
Brandow? They got to award that sub.
Nope, it will stay with the Monarchs.
Brandow or maybe more Orion?
What does
Or, I suppose not, maybe not middle at this point.
do you have to have the substituting
Good
team?
call.
The substituting team have put the throw in before he'll allow a sub? Is that what happened there?
I don't know if that's a rule in high school. It used to be. I don't know if it seems to be something they really honor any longer.
Oh, nice job there by the Monarchs. That Monarch backline don't know the number.
I suppose it's at the discretion of the referee.
Nice ball upfield by Praskorski, tracked down by Shepard. Shepard's going to play it off. It's going to go off a Monarch, as the Saints will have a corner here. Looks like they'll have Shepard and Praskorski here. Shepard hands it off to Praskorski. Praskorski's pass a little wide. That's booted out by the Monarchs. Saints will have a throw in. Saints all bunched up in the middle like it's a corner. Nice throw in by Praskorski, handled by Coughlin. Coughlin has the ball on her right foot, hands it off to Moore Ryan, who shoots at the goal. It's blocked by Chandler. Chandler's going to run it out. This is Bernal. She doesn't have numbers, but she's going to try. This looks like a 1-on-5.
I would have liked to seen Ellie try to use Lexi on that instead of just kicking it out.
Well, we got a new goalie.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, that
Didn't
is.
see that far down.
Who is that?
Looks like it maybe is it Elise?
Elise
No.
Wolford?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe.
That's definitely not Lexi, is it?
No.
No.
All right, Elise Wolford in goal for the Saints here in the second half.
Is she new to soccer this year?
Or
new to goal?
last year, I believe.
Okay.
Shot's going to go wide to the right. A
Well,
little deep.
as Gabe mentioned
I believe
earlier.
she played in her youth and then took a little break and then came back last year.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Not a lot of action on the varsity last year as
No.
Sheffield. Really the brick wall back there. This is Lenz. Gets it to Praskorski at in the middle. She hands off to Moore Ryan.
I think they went to the football end line. Okay, yes.
That's a good ball up there by Coughlin. Looks like Chandler's going to come out and clear it.
It's a good job by the Denison goalkeeper.
Yeah. Little uneasy getting out that far, but
And this guy's run this before.
We're doing it from this booth over here. Yep.
This is where
Yep. Yankees tie it up 2-2. Anthony Volpe home run.
I didn't think anybody was asking.
Denison's making a
They
couple
probably
changes.
weren't. Yeah.
Number 2
That's Leilani Morales.
coming off, and then number 7. I apologize. I did
Rosie
not,
Segaviano.
did not
Good
see the
job,
players
Chad.
that came on.
Nice long throw in by the Monarchs, but handled by Moore Ryan. This is Denton on the far side. Little give and go action with her and Coughlin. Back to Denton.
Denton looking for a drop and said she's going to push it forward to Livingston. Livingston's going to kick it up to Sophia Denton.
She's fast. She's got those long strides. Ooh, if she could just almost
jeez.
got to it. She could have dumped that off to, what was that, Shepard coming in?
Assuming on the game flow that Coach Hughes will review, he will talk to her on that. When you get that ball, try to cut that ball back across instead of trying to go to the touch line.
To the deep in line there.
Use that defender's speed against her, cut the ball back, and then either
Then you're on
go
your
to
right
goal
foot.
or on your right foot, either take a shot at goal or cross the ball back across the 6th, and someone might be there.
Coughlin toying with the ball near the out of bounds line will find Ryan. Ryan will center it. Rather uncontested. Now a Monarch will step up. That's Carrasco.
Shepard Oh, just wide. Shepard with a great look there.
Nice
Good-
move.
Good job by Moore Ryan just keeping that ball in play there in the midfield for
Great
the
move.
Saints.
Nice move by
Great
the
pass,
freshman.
great individual play. You just have to hit the target from 8 yards out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, Gabe, if you're going to kick it right at the goalie, kick it hard.
Kick it hard.
Right there, right in her belly.
What I liked about that was it wasn't a center mass shot. You know, she
No.
was trying to sneak it right past the goalie.
Yeah. Dumped off to Piskorski. Her center try is deflected out. Tracked down by Shepard. Shepard
Shepard.
gets to Mora.
Rocking the gloves there. The only Saint on the field rocking some gloves. No sleeves, but gloves. I don't understand that logic necessarily.
Your fingers get cold, Chad.
Should be a corner.
No, I get that, but don't you think the arms get cold? No.
Yeah, they do, but not as cold as fingers.
Brandow going to check in for
Mora Ryan.
Mora
appears.
Ryan. Okay.
So it looks like they'll probably, I'm assuming she is giving instructions and moving someone into the middle, and she will go out left.
Mora coming off the field with a big smile on her face. The bullet by Piskorski off a Monarch defender. Make you think twice about getting in front of that ball next time.
That can't feel good. Another corner.
Yeah.
Okay. Ball comes in.
Nice job
Chandler.
by Chandler. She's quick. She's not big. She's quick, though. Oh, Greta beating everybody back.
So Brandow is coming out to the right wing and switching Kirsten, it would appear, into the middle where Mora was playing.
Yep.
Wagner controls the ball. She'll kick it back to Linz.
Nice job by the Saints there. Working that way back like that, Gabe.
Was nice. I liked it.
And they knew, they didn't square it off too much. They knew they had to umbrella that thing back around. Such an uneasy feeling as an athlete playing that ball back. It's something you have to get used to. And the third grade boys that we coach, they're not passing it backwards.
No.
Play it backwards to play it forwards.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to go left to go right.
Yeah, that's a level of skill they're just not quite ready for, I don't think, Jesse.
I don't know if it's skill. They just want to boot the ball forward.
That's skill.
That's knowledge and skill, but yeah. These boys just want to boot it.
Nothing drives me crazier when you're watching a game and you hear it's usually a grandparent be like, boot it. No, that's not what we're trying to do here. Livingston's going to play it forward to Denton. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds. Be Monarch ball. Possession, I'm not sure how you refer to that.
Nice big sideline here for football games. A huge sideline. I'm just noticing that. Chad, what do you call these things? Pods?
Huts.
Huts.
I had to turn my hotspot off. Verizon just texted me and said,
Ooh, ball
"Stop
through to
hotspot."
the Monarchs. That shot is going to end up in the back of the net.
Who was that?
That is...
Reliably, please.
Get you a number.
Anybody?
No number
Can't see
yet.
the number yet.
What's that? Okay. What?
It's
Can
gonna
we?
be, I
we
can't
can't
see the
see
number
it.
yet.
Do you know which girl it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's out right at midfield.
Right
Right,
at midfield.
closest to the ball.
Number 10, looks like.
Yep. Chad walked away with the only roster we have.
Apologize. We'll get that name for you here in a minute.
Janet Castillo on the goal for the Monarchs. The ball just slipped through the Saints defense. Here comes the
Defense
Saints
got caught
counterattack.
kind of ball watching.
100%. That's Denton.
Might have gone off the crossbar.
I think so.
Does that tighten things up a little bit for the Saints here?
Yeah, I
don't
think
think
so.
so.
I think at least gets them back playing the game they know their coach wanted them to play.
Yeah.
Playing with a little house money there.
I don't think they've played bad. They just haven't finished the chances that they've had
Right.
clearly in front of goal.
Had 3 good, real good
Chandler.
ops this half so far.
Chandler with another wonderful save.
You know, and when you look at that, like we talked about earlier, Gabe, Denison, they're 1 for 1 on like real ops.
Yep.
Saints are, 3 for 15. Nice ball there by Coughlin. Got to find the ball. Ooh,
That's in the box. That's a penalty kick.
yeah, we're getting a.
Who's
Still
gonna-
call it a.
who's gonna
Oh, he's
take
calling it outside.
Oof.
That's.
That's a bad call.
I agree.
Okay.
That's an
All right.
awful call. That wasn't even close to. That was.
Can the Saints convert? Here's Coughlin. She's going upper.
She didn't wait. She didn't even wait on that.
No.
Didn't wait for them to set up the wall.
Yeah, it looked, and we have the benefit of a different angle.
I'm not sure he was closer to it than us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't blow the whistle. They were almost at the X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You
Saints.
know, the only thing you could say there is, was he giving her an advantage? But there wasn't an advantage, so I'm not quite certain what he saw.
Yeah.
Wagner will play it back to Linz. Linz across the field
Great
to
ball
Livingston.
from Alexa Lenz to switch the play.
And this could be competition. I don't know, what kind of team Denison thinks they have this year, or what kind of team they're going to have. But just from last year, we are controlling the ball.
Sure.
We have the ball at our feet a lot more.
I'm curious to see if Coach Hughes may decide to push Eleanor Coughlin a little bit further up, and then allow
Allow
Kirsten-
Mora to play more of the
correct, and have
midfield.
Kirsten and Mora kind of play more of the holding role.
More
and
Ryan
connect-
is going to come in there.
Connect the lines between Eleanor and Sophia Denton.
It's tough because Eleanor does a lot. When they get the ball in the defensive end, she's always there to receive a pass, to move it up. But, I mean, put more in the same position. She'd probably do the same. So that midfield position is really the engine for your offense
Absolutely.
and defense. Aforementioned Eleanor Coughlin, that shot is on goal.
Hit the post. And
Oh, my gosh.
Stayed out.
How did
Chandler
that not
again.
go in?
Wow.
Great shot there by Coughlin.
So we've hit 2 crossbars in this half.
That's going to be Bernal on the foul committed against Ellie Monahan.
I guess I should say the Saints have hit 2 crossbars. I'm not playing.
Yeah. Hey, you pay for apparel at the very least. Chad used to get on me for calling the Niners we. So they don't exist without people like me, so buying all their stuff for losing teams.
Weren't you just talking about the Yankees?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Apparently that knife doesn't cut in that direction, or
No,
am I
it's a
missing that?
one-way track, Chad.
Oh, okay.
You know me.
Sounds good.
Nice job coming up on that one. That's Lenz. Coughlin controlling in the middle. Bobbing and weaving, getting tripped up. No whistle. Maybe it was Charlie Chalkline that tripped her up, but
Happens to the best of us.
You're going to get a hockey line change from the Denison Lady Monarchs.
yeah, for their numbers, they really haven't subbed a lot. Here's Bernal getting upfield, but that Saints speed really takes over there. It's going to be hard for teams to attack the Saints on like a counter attack. Where the lone goal that the Monarchs scored was just, I think we just kind of fell asleep. But if we're in that game, there's not a lot of teams that are going to run past us on a consistent basis.
Yeah, there's a lot of really nice speed on that back line.
Nice ball there by Coughlin. My gosh, that was a 40-yard pass on the dime to Brandow. Brandow looking for options. She's going to slow it down. Not terrible maintaining possession there by Brandow. Upfield to Sophia Denton. Her center pass intended for Piskorski goes wide. Picked up by by Coughlin. Coughlin on her right foot. Back to her left. Drops it off.
No
one home.
That's an awful call as well.
This is a football field after all. A lot of contact.
That was incidental.
Coughlin like a safety coming across the middle there.
That's how she plays basketball too.
I love
Just super aggressive.
Coach Donnie Woods to my left here. I think we might need to see if Eleanor wants to play safety next year. No fear. And
No.
You're right, Jess. We saw that a lot in basketball. She has no fear of contact.
I would always call her the Dwayne Wade. Gabe, do you remember the Olympic team?
Oh, yeah.
When Dwayne Wade came off the bench?
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought she played that on the basketball team. You know, bring her in for a few minutes and she just lights a fire under your team.
Whole host of Monarchs coming in 7, 2, 6, and 39. That is Segoviano, Morales, Bernal,
You see that, Gabe?
and Garcia.
So
19, 16, 10, and 9 came off. I'm
So
going to leave it at that.
Denton came in for Greta, but they moved
sorry.
Brando back to left back
Okay.
and Denton back up to forward where Brando was playing.
Another ball to Chandler.
Does that make
Plays it
sense to
well.
you, Gabe?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all that matters.
Well, it's like doing a wrestling broadcast with you.
Yeah.
Like I think I know what I'm seeing. I just want to confirm. I need some affirmation.
Play it square. See, on that play, I'd like to see Ava stomp the ball, play the ball back to Lexa Lenz as opposed to playing it into the boundary. Nope.
Ooh.
I think this would be a time, if timeouts were allowed, to call one for the Saints. They're a little bit disorganized.
Do we get timeouts?
No, I'm saying if they had
Oh,
one.
I was gonna say I tried calling timeout in soccer last year. The ref just laughed at me. Oh, it was like our
boy.
first game. The boys were just. I'll quit talking about my soccer coaching, but
I
my
love
goodness.
This is where you need some of your leaders to kind of settle everyone down, get them back into positions.
Mm-hmm. I think a goal will solve a lot of problems too. Is that Shepard?
Yep. Gets the ball through. Deflected by the Monarchs. Coughlin will control it just outside of the box.
You can tell Coughlin's conditioning is just on a different level than anybody else on the field. It feels like.
Yep.
She hasn't come off, but yet she's racking up more miles than anybody.
I think I would have liked her to have been a little more selfish there. Carry that ball forward, maybe take a long 20-yard shot, see if you can put it on frame. Maybe the keeper bobbles it. Maybe she doesn't catch it.
Well, just her aggressiveness, the times that she has tried to keep it herself, that defense collapses, and she's creating a ton of opportunities for, the other forwards up top.
Good ball control from Brando.
So I agree, Gabe. I think, that might be something, Coach Hughes sees in this film is, how much they are collapsing on Eleanor because she's part of everybody's scouting report.
Absolutely.
And I like to see her lead the team in assists. I mean, she could have a ton of assists. Just
You may even see from some teams decide to man mark her going forward.
okay. Just like a linebacker shadowing a fast
Shadowing
quarterback.
the whole game.
Yeah.
Now I think from the players she'll most likely see, it won't really work that well, but they may try it.
Yeah. You could see, I could, coach it a couple different ways. I like that, but it's hard to find. It's going to be hard to find a girl that, conditioning-wise,
Correct.
can keep up with her. Maybe you put someone just really physical in there and
Yeah.
frustrate her too. Saints with the 3-1 lead here.
Severe thunderstorm watch has been issued until 3 a.m. Settle in. Might be a long evening, folks.
That ball's played way back, tracked down by Lenz. It's going to go off the Monarchs. Saints throw in. This is Lily Denton. Little touch pass to Piskorski. Good job by Piskorski. Here's Coughlin.
It's going to run out of bounds.
Yep.
Forgot,
Nice idea.
Forgot I need to check on the ball boy on the far side there.
Nice job by Ava cutting that off. Ooh, no one home in the middle. That's where you want that pass, though.
13 minutes to go here in the second period. Is it half or period, Gabe?
Half.
Half, okay.
Because there's
Half.
2 of them, Chad.
Half, yep. That's a good call.
That was kind of passive aggressive. I'm sorry.
Was that real? Oh,
Huh?
I mean, is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Right. That's why you call quarters in basketball a quarter. 'Cause
Well,
there's
yeah.
four.
There's
Ava,
4.
carry that. Carry that.
Gabe bringing us back on the tracks here, luckily.
Yeah. We might need someone like you
Yeah.
for basketball games.
You're like our get back, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back on topic, guys. Stop wandering.
Well, I'm seeing a little bit of walking out here from the Saints. It's the rhythm of the game.
Sometimes I say this and people kind of look at me funny, but if there was no scoreboard, I would think the score was way worse than it is. So they have controlled the game. They just haven't finished like
Yeah.
we talked about. But I'm seeing it too. Hands on hips, maybe moving a little slower, but I couldn't play for 4 minutes out there unless I was playing goalie.
Wagner will control the ball in the middle of the field. Denison deflects, controlled by Linz. He's going to push the ball up quite a bit for a backline defender.
And we haven't talked much, but Alexa Lenz has had a really solid game.
Mm-hmm.
She's been in great position, knocked balls out of the air, hasn't gotten beat.
Helped out when needed over there.
Yep.
On that far side. Good track athlete too, Alexa.
Great.
Yeah. Girls track off to a wonderful start, of course. Touch on that. Lily Denton doing Lily Denton things. Sophia Denton, Alexa Linz, Greta Livingston, Ellie Monahan, Maddie Walter. Missing, I think, 1 or 2 there.
Oh, that's not good. Hold on.
Yep,
She looks to be fine. Well,
I
maybe
guess.
not. Maybe it's an ankle.
possibly an ankle or a cramp, perhaps. Hang tight.
Calling in the big dog. Maybe not.
I think it's a cramp, fellas. Nick Finken. Come over and check her. Yeah, I think it's a cramp.
She's smiling?
She's got a little bit of
Looks like she's smiling.
perhaps
Yeah.
some control issues with that leg. So that best case scenario there, I would argue.
10:25 to go.
Looks like Greta Livingston is coming in for the injured Eleanor Coughlin.
If that's all we see from Eleanor today, good showing. Great showing.
As usual.
Yeah.
I would really like it. I'd really like to see them knock in a goal with her off the field at this point.
Same. And, they have created opportunities without
Yeah.
her, just letting them know that they can do it is
Yeah,
big.
it gives them confidence.
I mean, there's a ton of skill still out on that field we forget. But that's just how good Eleanor is. She stands out with all this talent. Sophia Denton with an op there. Cleared out by the Monarchs. Not
Good
so
touch.
much. This is Shepard.
There we go.
That Shepard puts that one in the back of the net. That's her second of the night.
The
Saints take
announcer-
a 4-1
The
lead.
announcer spoke it into existence.
Yes. Hold on. Make sure. Is that Shepard or Brandow?
I think it was Shepard, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it was Shepard. It was Shepard.
Going Shepard.
It's one of those things we've already touched on a handful of times, Gabe. Those the goal scorers, those kids, the athletes that score goals. It's not a fluke. When girls like that or kids like this are just constantly getting these opportunities and putting the ball in the back of the net, it's not a fluke. So good things to see from Shepard.
Invoking the spirit of her older sister McKenna,
Yeah.
who was not too shabby in her own right.
I'd like to see Ava take that space up behind Lily. There you go.
There you go. Called it. Nostradamus. Piskorski's pretty aggressive. She's a good player. She does a lot out there.
Again, off to South Dakota. I don't recall the college,
I don't either.
but she will be heading off to South Dakota as Ava Wagner comes off. Coughlin comes back in. Why not? Lily Dittenoff.
And Gruis back on.
And there is the
Kirsten.
aforementioned Kirsten Piskorski.
Nice minutes by all those girls. We got who do we got back at goal now?
We got another new one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Looks like it's Molly Roslanic.
Molly Roslanic.
Roslanic, yeah.
Okay.
So all three keepers getting some minutes tonight for the Saints. Nice job by Monahan coming up. That's Bernal, who's really kind of been a force to be reckoned with on that Monarch front line.
Who's 26? Is that Brando?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very quick.
Yeah, she's good up there. That one's sent forward. This is Castillo. I don't know what the play is. Oh, she was just kind of playing possum.
It's like rope-a-dope.
Yep. That one's deflected by Monahan to Livingston here. Livingston going to try to control. She gets it to Ketty. Center of the pitch to Moore Ryan. I can't get Moore's name out of my mouth for some reason. It's Bernal. Nice pressure there by Monahan, forcing the action. This is Shelby Lima.
Great close by Alexa Lenz there.
Got 7.5 to go here.
I heard some countdowns down below us, and I thought, oh, man, that was a fast 13 minutes.
Yeah, same thing.
Those kids tricked me. Won't be the last time.
Pretty much have to sniff the screen to see the scoreboard here, so but we can see it.
Word on the street is they're going to mount televisions up here. It's going to be real cool.
Is that what Mr. Holtz was saying?
Yeah.
Is that what those are those already laid in?
No, that's the
antenna or something?
That's the antenna for the PA.
Got it.
Yeah, high class facility, nothing but the nicest here at Iowa Western. Again, thanks to John and Harriet Wiebe,
Palmer.
Dr. Kenny, Molly Noon, Shane. I don't know Shane's last name. Their athletic director, Shane Larson, awesome guy. Answers a million questions from me and Donnie.
Looks like for Denison, number 40, Itzel Palma is going to check in. The Saints are going to have Ava Wagner, Kirsten Piskorski, and the final player,
Catherine Ramirez.
Ramirez.
Catherine Ramirez Vieira.
So checking out for the Saints will be Greta Livingston, Sophia Denton.
Take a
And-
chance here.
Nice minutes by all these girls.
Yeah, we had a wonderful venue up for the boys regional final up in Denison. As always, Derek Fink up there took care of us.
Yeah. Got to talk to Derek. He helped us out a lot on that broadcast.
Yeah, beautiful gym.
Yep.
Of course, praying for Derek. He's going through some stuff, and
100%.
it's a hard deal in life. But you know, we're rooting for you down here at St. Albert, and yeah, he took care of us. That's a beautiful facility.
That gym is the floor, the paint on the pads on the back. The whole place is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But he was they were very great hosts for us in that.
That's where they had the gym. They had the risers. Remember that?
Yeah.
Which, when you're dealing with two short people like us, you throw us on a riser. I felt like I was the king of the world.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
And then
played off.
we
the
weren't
Saints,
tripping over
Denison
each other
ball.
on the bleacher seats. It was nice. Also, Denison, the home of, according to Joe Narmy, the best Dairy Queen.
Listen,
Mhm.
they're both big champions of that Dairy Queen.
That's
Not a
funny.
big Dairy Queen guy, but I do want to check it out one of these days.
Yeah, I try to.
No free sponsorships, of course, here on StAlbertSportsFan.com. If you are interested in sponsoring content, contact Joe Narmy. jnarmy at iabar.org.
What else? Any other notes that we needed to cover,
No.
Chad?
Saints shot there, headed off by the Monarchs. He played back, possibly out of bounds, yeah. Clock's ticking down, 4:10 to go here in the second half.
We have a 20-minute break.
10-minute break.
10-minute break.
10-minute break. I'm going to have to run down there and get starters, unless I can get a hand on that from both teams. We'll
Brady.
jump over, do some
Brady.
PA work. No, I got it. I can handle it.
Oh,
Ellie Monahan
if
doing
Ellie
her
can
best
use
to get
that speed.
back.
Look at that.
Plays it back to Roslanik, who's going to kick it out, and it'll go to the near side. That's Ketty Polish-Schweer. And we've got some Denison substitutions coming in. That'll be 19 and 22.
22.
Sorry.
19 is Gianna Garcia. 22 is Andrea Alcaraz.
15's checking out.
That's Jimena Lupian.
And number 2.
Leilani Morales.
That one's moved forward by Piskorski, cleaned up by the Monarch back line.
Piskorski collects the ball in the middle of the field. She's going to bring it up to Shepard. Shepard's got some space. Good close by the Monarchs. Shepard goes right by it. She's going to center it off of Chandler.
Shepard with almost the hat trick, Chad.
Who was on that far side? Is that
It's
that's
Catherine Ramos Vera, right?
Okay, Vieira, yeah.
I think she goes by Kathy.
Does she?
I think so.
You making that up?
No,
Okay.
she's a cheerleader.
I never know with you. All right, well, I trust you on that. You know more high school girls than I do. I knew that was going to get a good reaction out of you, Gabe.
All right, Saints will have a free kick here after the Monarch penalty. This is Lenz.
Just a bit awkward here in the booth.
Almost cleaned up by the Monarch D. Kicked out of bounds. Ketty decides to throw it back. This is Lenz, the aforementioned Lenz. Gets it to Coughlin. Coughlin looking for options. Loses the ball. Another counterattack by the Monarchs. Saints will recover back on D. Cleaned up by Lenz.
Again, that back line just doing a great job controlling things as best as they can.
Yeah, they are, Chad.
Thank you. Good analysis, right?
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Over here by the hut.
By the hut. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We do have some Iowa Western coaches up here in the booth next to us. We should probably ask them what they call that.
Yeah, ask him.
Although I'm afraid that it's not a
What do
hut.
you guys call the hut? He's
I call it a hut.
the
What is it?
coach's enclosure thing.
It's a shelter.
That's boring.
I
That's
might
as
need
boring
to-
as hut.
Might need to start a petition to refer to it as a hut. I think it's cooler.
Change the name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, call it a dugout.
Oh, no. Let baseball have dugouts. Huts for soccer. I'm not kidding you. You need to check out the chairs and the one with the Iowa Western logo on top of it.
Is it?
It's like sitting in a movie theater.
Yeah.
It's
well,
incredible.
Is it like the ones at the Creighton Field?
I don't know what those look like. Creighton
Like
doesn't
when,
have a hut.
when Chris sits in them, he looks like one of the English Premier coaches. It just
You
looks like.
Does Creighton have huts? No, that's only something you find here at Iowa Western.
Oh,
That's why you should come play soccer
Got nice
here.
seating there. But yeah, definitely.
Boys team really crowding the out of bounds there.
They don't care. This is Piskorski with the throw in, cleaned up by the Monarchs. That's a nice ball by the Monarchs.
It's number 5.
See what Carla Sanchez can do with this. That's cleaned up
10 seconds left.
by Ketty.
Oh, Sanchez collects it. Now it's going to go. Sanchez doing a great job.
Yeah, keeping that ball alive. Cleaned up by Lenz. Lenz going to get it to Piskorski. That's the final whistle. Saints will have the 4-1 victory at the home opener here at Iowa Western.
2 goals from Alyssa Shepard.
Yep.
1 from Eleanor Coughlin.
And one by Sophia Denton.
Okay.
13 seconds in, a record, Chad.
Yeah, that is a great call, Jesse. I can't believe I missed that.
Announcing over here, out for the speakers.
Yeah, I will. Yep.
1 minute left to announce.
All right. So we'll do a little cleanup on this game here during the boys' game. We'll see if we can get some stats. We're going to do a little administrative work between the boys and the girls' game. We're going to go off air. We're going to go off audio here for about eight minutes. We'll get back on with 2 minutes to play. Keep the same link. If you get off this page, just go to the same link you were on to watch this. We'll talk to you guys in about 8 minutes. Thank you.
Number 11, Carlos Zamago. Number 12, Victor Menendez. Number 14, Miguel Hernandez. Number 16, Osman Diaz. Number 19, Kevin Sanchez. And in the goal tonight for the Monarchs, Sebastian Contreras. Denison is coached by Nate Desi. He's assisted by Reyes Velasquez and Phil Heenan. And now your starters for the Falcons. Number 5, Dominic Pauly. Number 7, Christopher Mosley. Number 8, Max Godel. Number 10, Kane Hughes. Number 12, Morgan Young. Number 14, Ben Crone. Number 20, Cooper Hamilton. Number 21, Costa Polish-Schweer. Number 24, Kyle Irwin. Number 25, Cohen Hamilton. And in the goal for the Falcons tonight, number 15, Danny Holtz. Falcons are coached by Todd Tarbox. He's assisted by Gavin McIntosh. And of course, the St. Albert athletic trainer is the wonderful Nick Binkin. Our officials for tonight, Jim Hopkins will be the center referee. He's assisted or joined by Ron Reamer and Matthew Wolf.
All right, we went live there, and I didn't know, hoping you'd be able to hear the PA there. That was the beautiful, cracking adolescent voice of Chad Hannon. But now here we are. Chad actually has the only roster we had over there, so we couldn't really introduce him anyway. We'll say their names throughout the game. Definitely looking forward to seeing the boys' speed on this field, seeing what Kyle Irwin looks like on this field. I don't know how much time they've had to practice up here too, or like the girls, but seeing how the speed of the turf affects the gameplay here. And
I can run through
excited.
starters real quick if
Yeah,
you
go
don't
ahead.
mind.
Yeah.
We'll start with Denison. Goalie is going to be Sebastian Contreras. Brian,
you just want to brag you can pronounce all these names. You've been practicing.
I've been actually their coach, and I think I mispronounced his name. I feel terrible. He was super helpful. Brian Cordero, Isai Marquez, Wilson Riffin, Abner Velasco, Richard Gonzalez, Carlos Zamago, Victor Menendez, Miguel Hernandez, Osvan Diaz, Kevin Sanchez. Those are your starters for Denison.
Denison starts with the ball. They did a good job at controlling, but the Falcons with hard pressing here, trying to get control.
Starters for the Falcons: Dominic Pauly, Christopher Mosley, Max Godel, Kane Hughes, Morgan Young, Ben Crone, Cooper Hamilton, Cohen Hamilton, Costa Polish-Schweer, Kyle Irwin, and Danny Holtz in the goal tonight, wearing the black jersey.
Well, that was Cooper Hamilton clearing it right up the middle with no one home. Monarchs will take over. The game just the field feels smaller with the boys.
Yeah,
First observation.
that's Contreras in the pink goalie jersey to your left on the screen.
Both teams look to be coming out in a 4-3-3 formation.
See, that's good stuff, Gabe.
That's
good stuff.
I have no idea what that means, but that seems super important and very impressive.
Going with four defensive players, 3 midfield players, and 3 attacking players.
See, Gabe was going to go watch this in the cold. I said no.
It's not bad. We might have to close that window. I'm not going to lie. A little toasty. Is that a goal? No? Okay. Thank you.
Sorry, we got sidetracked.
We got distracted by closing a sliding window.
This is Danny Holtz with the free kick here.
I think I need to talk to my doctor about ADHD medicine.
Maybe this is Cooper Hamilton. Well, stolen away. I wonder if these rosters are right.
Yeah, they are. Their coach marked it off.
Oh, okay.
Number 5's got a great frame on him. Look at him. He's
Yeah,
pretty
a big
big.
dude. They got a couple quick athletes here for the Monarchs. I mean, they're fast. Look at number 10 go. That is Richard Gonzalez.
Gonzalez's shot goes wide right.
I wish the numbers were bigger.
Especially on the front.
Mm-hmm.
And the back numbers, I don't have much of a problem with.
Looks like that was Cohen Hamilton. With these. There's Irwin up top, giving the defensive back line of the Monarchs some fits. Or trying to, at least. That's a nice ball.
Wow.
Forward. Is that Godel on the stop?
Yeah, Godel heads it backwards. Shot attempt right to Holtz. Good save.
Richard Gonzalez on that shot.
Bottom of the sixth, Yankees are up 4-2.
Nice ball forward by Irwin to Moses.
Mosley.
Mosley. He's fast.
He's quick. Ooh.
He kind of
Goes over backwards there.
looked like his head might have hit the turf there.
It'll be Falcon ball. Mr. Finken
Violent takedown.
just keeping an eye on things. Ball's in play. Denison clears it. Goes off the left side of the foot. Looks to be controlled by Pauly. Denison will take over possession and push the ball forward.
Where's Crone playing?
He looks to be playing.
He's on the far side there.
Forward.
That'll be Denison ball.
Looks like that slid off a Monarch, but it'll remain the Monarch ball.
I think that official on the far side had a pretty decent vantage point there.
Not better than mine, Chad.
Okay.
Well, call me Eagle Eyes. No one calls me Eagle Eyes. No one's ever called me Eagle Eyes.
Easy eagle eyes. It'll be all right.
There you go, Danny. Yeah.
Holtz is going to let that come into the box and pick it up. Probably reverse field, I would imagine. Nope. Big throw. Gets it to Polish Schweer. Over to Kane Hughes. What position, Gabe, would Kane Hughes be considered? Like a center back?
He is playing. Looks like maybe a 6 or an 8, so he's a holding midfielder right now.
Okay. Kind of controls the game, it felt like last night when I was watching on their huddle cam.
My guess is they're tasking him with trying to connect the defensive line with the forwards.
Okay.
So he's going to be kind of the linchpin in there.
So he's kind of playing what Piskorski was playing for the girls.
He's playing a little deeper than Eleanor Coughlin, but he's basically doing the same role.
Okay. What was that bald guy for the U.S. men's team? He was our center fielder for midfielder for a while. He was so good at controlling the game. Nah.
That's a good question.
What's his name?
Tony Mioli.
Tony Miola was a goalie.
Or Miola.
Who ended up went and
long
kicked
time.
for the
Jets for a little bit.
yeah.
You thinking of like Landon Donovan?
No, he was a forward.
He's not bald anymore. He got hair plugs.
Ooh. He's at offsides.
Yeah.
Godel will have the kick from the 40-yard line.
I'm gonna crack this.
Yeah, it's a little warm in here.
I like being able to hear
The crowd.
The crowd, yeah.
It gets too quiet in here.
Yeah. All right, yeah, well,
You just got to freeze.
I have a hoodie on. I'll be all right. My hands are just a touch cold.
Is that Hamilton?
Yep,
Where'd
Cohen
that from?
Hamilton.
We got Cohen and Cooper in that back line there. Nice
Mosley.
pass by Mosley.
Mosley up to Schweer, who
Good
kicks
ball
it
by
forward
Schweer.
to Irwin, wide left on the shot attempt there. Big goal kick.
Oh, I like to see Irwin kind of pull that back, get the ball in the center of the goal there.
Agreed.
100%. Great observation.
Again, it's easier to say from up here, obviously.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It's like those opportunities. You're going to get 3 or 4 of those all game. If you can't get your hips around that shot, just pull it back, get some space.
Good recovery by Polish Schweer there.
He's quick out there.
What's number 5's
Look
name for
our
Denison?
roster.
I can turn the light on if you want.
No, I was just looking at
What,
number
Chad?
10 for Denison.
Number 10 for Denison, Jess? You got a number?
I think
or
that's Gonzalez.
name? Okay.
Just notice his movement's been giving our
Yeah, Richard
center backs
Gonzalez.
giving our center backs a little bit of problem.
Yeah, he's had 2 or 3
kinda
like pretty good shots.
Drifts outside, and then he drifts back in, gets on their shoulders. They kind of have a little bit of trouble. He gets in between them.
He's explosive too.
Something you might want to watch because
Yeah.
he's kind of his movement is kind of confusing our two center backs a little bit.
Denison's going to have a corner kick from the far corner.
I don't know how they're saying. Okay,
It'll be Denison ball. Brady,
How?
everything good? Okay, I tell you what, I'll grab the charger for
we're
it.
at 21. Sorry. That pass to the midfield's controlled by the Monarchs. They're going to sweep it out to the far side. Look to get a center pass here. That's Richard Gonzalez diving for it. Handled by Danny Holtz. He's going to try to get out the Falcons out moving on offense. His throw is going to make it all the way out to the 40-yard line on the football field, intended for Mosley. Controlled by the Falcons. That's Costa up to Kyle Irwin. Irwin's going to dance around. He's going to get the ball upfield. That's going to be Ben Crone, who loses in the midst of losing control, but he regains. He's strong out there, quick and strong. Oop, little shove
Got away with the push there.
right in front of the ref. We're going to be awarded with a corner here, it looks like.
Looks like St. Albert boys are about ready to make a substitution. Can't see the number.
No.
We'll let you know when he takes the penny off.
Looks like that. It's Irwin on the far side. Is that what you got? Who? Oh.
Oops, sorry.
It's number 4, Edgar Juarez. Gonna need to take his penny off. Here we go.
Like coming in for Cohen? No. Paulie?
Yeah, Pauly. Sorry, Dominic Pauly coming out. Falcons throw in. They'll just move it 15 yards down the field. That's Crone on the throw. Ball in. This is Costa. Kane Hughes tries to flip it up forward. Deflected. Controlled by Cooper Hamilton. Gets it off to Kane Hughes. Kane Hughes loses it. This is Richard Gonzalez, who's pretty explosive. Good ball there by Gonzalez. Jesus. Zomgo? Is that how you say that? Zomgo, Chad? Carlos Zomgo. 11. Zamago. It's going to go out on Zamago. Falcons have a throw in. This is Cooper Hamilton. Nice. That'll move it down the field about 20 yards. Falcons with another throw in. This is Cooper Hamilton, the freshman. Gets to Kane Hughes. Hughes surveying. Flips it forward for Mosley. Mosley not ready. But Kyle Irwin has a run. He's going to make the Monarchs pick it up. That pass intended for Zamagos. Deflected back. Here's Richard Gonzalez. Drops it off. Little give and go.
Good step by
Nice
Danny.
job by Danny. Could have been in real trouble if he's sitting back on his heels,
A
Gabe.
little sweeper keeper there.
That's, yeah, they're going to call foul on, who is that out there?
Ben Crone.
Is it Crone?
Yeah.
Okay. He probably got away with one in the last trip up there, Gabe.
Yeah, I would say so.
What's your what is the goalie being told to do here? Just to keep those balls from creating a ton of trouble?
I think what Coach Tarbox might be seeing there is that they've got a speed advantage against our center backs, and they're trying to play balls through. And rather than us try to chase him, he's going to step up and close the space down and not let him have a free run.
Yeah. Nice job by Danny.
Good recovery by Cooper Hamilton to get back and disrupt. Who had the shot there?
I think it was Zamago.
Number 11.
Zamago.
Yeah, Carlos Zamago.
Nice strong throw by Danny Holtz. Right on target, too. Mosley able to get the ball forward, but off a Monarch defender. Pretty nice catch on the ground by that coach. This is Edgar Juarez with his first touch since coming into the game. He looks quick, fresh legs out there. Little odd position, got back. Juarez, he was just up here. Pretty thick kid.
Yeah.
You know, he had something to him. What's that? Really? Big squatter.
Wow. Who does that? Wow.
Chad can't even say 355.
No way. Hey, did you see that Iowa Western football player squat 8? I think it was 805, 855, something like that.
Well, yeah, and then Logan, the LC kid, like broke the Hawkeye squat record.
Wasn't
and it
eight-
was less than 800. Yeah.
Wasn't 805, man.
Yeah.
That dude, I wonder how big his legs are.
Well, you see, like they had weights.
Like
Rubber
ratchet
banded
strapped?
to the
Yeah,
bottom,
it was
yeah.
crazy.
It's wild.
Again, if you want your kid to be a world-class athlete, Iowa Western is the place to be.
Not a bad place to start, Chad. Take a lot of pride in every athletic venture they take
Multiple
on.
national championships in soccer, both men's and women.
Same with football, baseball, basketball, I'm sure.
Track and cross country as
Yeah.
well.
I mean,
A little bit of pinball going on down there in the box. It's going to be played off the head by
is that Young?
Morgan. No, he usually plays a little bit closer to the front.
Have we seen him tonight?
Yeah, oh yeah, he's on the field. That might have been Morgan Young.
Chad, you got that thing in your hand. What number is he?
Morgan is number
14?
nope, that's Ben. 12.
12, okay. Nice header upfield by Godel, controlled by Costa. Gets it off to Kane Hughes. Back to Costa. Costa, a little long touch there. He recovered.
Nope.
That was Young on the slide tackle.
Yep.
He's going to get called for a
gonna
foul
get
there.
A foul called there.
That head referee was up here. He was
He-
controlling the.
He was controlling the broadcast for a
Yes,
while.
he was.
A lot of questions.
Yeah,
A lot of questions. Nice guy.
yeah.
Very nice.
Nice positioning there. That's like a wide receiver, cornerback. He was able to read that ball, get behind the defender, make sure he wasn't beat deep. Good job there by Coop.
Edgar Solario Juarez.
Brody missed the whole season last year?
Yes.
Yeah, from a torn ACL.
Suffered during wrestling season.
He had a full wrestling season.
Yeah,
Stayed
nice-
healthy.
nice
So
year.
excited to see him out here. I know that's, Gabe, your daughter, Ava tore her
Yeah.
ACL.
2 years, about a week ago.
Really? I was gonna ask earlier if this was her second year. This is really her first full year back then, right?
No, it.
She played full year
played
last
full
year.
year.
Full year last year. Okay. So, yeah, that's got to be, as a parent, seeing them out there on the field for the first time. That'd be tough.
It's a little stressful.
Yeah. But by the time they make it to the field, they've hopefully gone through the tests.
Hopefully then the rehab work.
Yep.
Kane Hughes with the ball at his feet. He's going to send it over to Mosley. Mosley, nifty move along the sideline. He'll bring it down. He's got Irwin in the middle. He's going to bring it to him. Irwin's going to center it.
Ooh, nice
Launch
shot
a
there
shot
by
just over
Irwin.
the bar.
That was from the 19-yard line, so 29 yards out, almost 30 yards out.
Good eye. Eagle eye right there.
That's why they call me.
That's why they call you old Eagle eye.
I love giving myself nicknames on air.
It'll probably stick. Godel will collect the ball near the 40-yard line. We better not get in the habit of that. I think that might irritate the purists.
What's that?
Going with the
We got a goal.
oh, Kyle Irwin.
Just wide.
Good opportunity. Good sportsmanship from the keeper there.
Denison wanted an offside call. I don't think.
What was your perception on that? No?
I think he was on. It was close.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
close.
Sure. You know, he did come from that far side right in front of the official. Ball misplayed in the middle, collected by Godel, who will send it back to Danny Holtz. Danny will send it up near the sideline to Ben Crone. Crone will send it to Young, who pushes it up to Irwin. Denison all over it, though.
Needed to track back to that a little bit.
What's that mean?
Move to the ball.
Okay, got it.
Costa maybe doing a little too much there. Lost the ball. It's flipped up, controlled by Hamilton, but gets to Zamago. Gets up to Richard Gonzalez, who's going to get some space.
Those two this is a great connection between those two and wonderful speed.
Nice job by Hamilton there. God, he's good with that.
Mosley with a great inside foot. Gabe?
Give it up.
Just missed it.
It's the wrong play.
Gabe, would you say that that's an inside foot there, what Mosley just did?
It was very nice. He made a run, and Kyle should have rewarded him with it.
He's got quick feet for a big guy. How tall is he, Chad?
Polish Schweer sends it through, intercepted by Denison. Uncertain. Much taller than I am.
Yeah, I feel like he plays like a 3 or 4 in basketball.
Somewhere between me and Brady.
Which is about a foot.
Yeah, if you're keeping track at home.
Well done by Kane Hughes and Morgan Young tracking back and stopping Denison's attack. Breaking it up.
Ooh, a little out of place there by Morgan Young.
Max Godel will collect it.
God, Mosley's his first touch is really good. See what he can do here. He was hoping for a high bounce there. Costa's pretty solid here in the midfield. You agree? Mosley's touch has really impressed me, being this close to it. Yeah.
Just under 20 minutes remaining here in the first half. As that will go out of bounds, it'll be Denison ball again. Substitution for Denison. Number 2 will come in for number 23.
That's 4. That's Suarez again, waiting to check in for the Falcons.
Kane Hughes fighting through some contact. We'll send it up the line to Kyle Irwin. Irwin's gonna.
That's gonna be a corner, right?
I think that's a goal kick.
Goal kick.
Oh, I thought that hit
Not
off
quite
the.
certain what he was trying to do. I can't tell if that was a pass or if a shot.
I think it possibly just came off the foot a little funky there.
I think he was going for goal.
Was he?
Again, hard to tell.
Yeah.
With as hard as he kicked it in the direction, I agree, Gabe. That's why I thought it had to have gone off a Monarch, with how bad that was
I
offline.
think he just scuffed it.
That ball collected by a fan, sent back into play. That was impressive. 0-0 here.
Not without any action, though. Falcons have
18
had
and
a
a
couple
half.
good chances over the Monarchs. This is
Oof.
taken away by the Falcon back line.
A lot of contact. Center official says everybody just chill.
Yeah,
Denison puts another pressure situation here.
Those long legs of Cooper Hamilton catch up, block that center attempt by the Monarchs. Monarchs will have a corner kick here coming up. Yeah, that Juarez, he's quick too. I said it a couple times, but we'll see what they look like. What in 10 days, Chad? When we're in at Creighton.
Morrison Stadium. The three of us will be back.
I think. Did you just volunteer, Gabe?
No, him and I
okay.
talked about it.
Okay.
He was in.
Volunteered on Saturday night.
That
Yep.
doesn't count. What time? What time of night?
It was rather late, but that's irrelevant.
That can't count.
I counted it. I even made a note.
Oh, if Chad brings out the notes app, then you're screwed.
That's where I put a lot of the stuff I
did not
usually
see
forget.
the notes app.
I noted it. Brady will be bringing you the action on Friday evening.
Where, who, boy,
Here,
girl?
It's a girl, boy,
Okay.
and it is. I'll get you the opponent in a second.
Zamago gets it stolen. I think that was Ben Crone on the steal. He tries to get it up to Kyle Irwin. Coach Wood's going to like the way Kyle Irwin runs on this field. It looks pretty smooth out there.
Friday is a game against doubleheader against tripleheader actually against Creston.
Wow.
We'll probably bring you the girls and boys varsity, and then we can tweet out the link to the huddle cam for the JV boys game.
Nice skill there by Kane Hughes.
Tournament this weekend, you're not broadcasting.
We are not. No, where would that be? Is that here in town?
It's at TJ.
Oh yeah, no.
Wickersham.
We will not. That's girls will play against Sioux Center in that tournament, and I don't know who their second game will be against.
That's Richard Gonzalez trying to get it upfield. Falcons defense prevails here. It's Cooper Hamilton gets it to Juarez. Juarez with a touch pass to Morgan Young. Morgan Young trying to control. Gets it stolen by the Monarchs. Monarch making a counterattack here. Who's number 8?
Turn.
Captain for Denison. That's gonna
Abner
may
Velisca.
Nothing there. Okay.
It's close, but the warning signs are coming.
I do like the way Holtz has stood his ground back there. He
played
looks
well.
super confident. He looks like he's
been off
the
his
real
line
deal.
quick. He's been doing what he needs to be doing.
There's
Done.
no hesitation. He looks like he looks the part for sure, Gabe.
Absolutely.
Oh, nice move there by.
Hit it.
Oh, right at him. That was Ben Crone on the shot. Nice stop by the Monarch keeper.
Great contact.
Number
Just
1.
Right at the keeper.
That's
Numero uno.
Contreras. Good spot. Right at him, center mass, right?
Yep. Nice job by Irwin just making it difficult on that Monarch back line there. Monarchs kind of centered it for the Falcons, but it was nothing if not for the effort of Kyle Irwin.
Crone was in the right spot.
Mm-hmm.
Next time, he'll look to finish that.
He put the shot on goal.
Nice move.
Crazy Legs Crone working through a lot of traffic.
Viper. Ooh.
Ball will go wide to the left, and Carrasco corrals it.
Contreras.
Sorry. Yep.
Sebastian Contreras. Fun name to say.
That's Sebastian. That's a phenomenal first name, if you ask me.
I'd say this has been a pretty even half, Gabe.
I would say
you know,
so too.
While you say that the Monarchs are knocking on doors, I think the Monarchs are feeling the Falcon heat as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Falcons have had 2 or 3 really good chances.
I think you got to give it. We got both these teams full of athletes. Both the defensive lines have done a great job of just kind of, bending not breaking so far. Even the attempts, the opportunities that both offensives have had, it hasn't been because of a lack of defense. It's just been a little better offense and defense to get those opportunities. He's number 5. He's a body in there for the Monarchs. What's his name? Wilson Rippin. Looks like he could be on the football field, Chad.
I would imagine he was. Wonderful frame.
Got 26 for the Monarchs checking in.
Gabe, you might want to slide that mic just a touch closer to the mouth there.
That's Jose Leyva.
Joe
Leyva.
Joe Narmi checking in from the home studio, he says. Headquarters. Denison controls the loose ball, centers it. This headed up by Cooper Hamilton. There's no one real there. And that'll be a foul.
So you're too far out for a shot here. So I guess the game plan is he's going to try to clip this into the box on a diagonal, and then either they're going to try to put it back across the goal or get a header on it.
Kind of like a corner kick. Chip it on, or what do you call it? Flick it on, flick it in.
Here comes a diagonal run.
Pushed out by Godel.
Timing on that run was a little early.
Yeah, the ball wasn't. Denison, the Denison player.
Did that come in a little high?
And
Pretty
hooked on him.
weak.
Yeah.
You would want that back.
A little bit of a miss hit.
Yeah.
Chad, you don't know anything
we
about
go.
a miss hit, do you?
I know lots. I could write a book about miss hits.
And then I just did what I hate, what every announcer does is when they say, oh, he's going to want that back.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's true. You know, you put yourself in the athlete's shoe. You know he can hit that better. He knows he can. Yeah. Falcons maintain possession here, much to the dismay of the Monarchs. I think Crone has the throw-in duties on that far side.
Center's moving him back.
Nice job by Kane Hughes.
Ball will go out of bounds to the left of the goal.
Mosley's quick, not that quick though.
Number 8 for Denison checks in. Abner Velasco. Velasco checks in for 26.
Quick rest.
Jose Leyva, excuse me.
Quick rest for Velasco before the closing 10 minutes of the first half. Got offsides here on the Monarchs.
All right. Falcons trying to push some tempo. Is that a thing in soccer?
Yeah, I would say.
All right. Apply a little pressure. Godel's going to send it in.
That was a well-run offside trap by the Falcons.
The ball tried to sent forward by the Monarchs. Falcons back line there to stop it. Falcons last line of their defense is on that 38-yard line right now, so they're still kind of in that offsides trap formation.
Denison captain there lost his footing. It's ball's taken away by Crone. I'll go out of bounds. It'll be Falcon ball.
Still nothing here.
It's one thing you can do as a defense is try to use their aggressiveness and their speed.
Nice shot there by Mosley.
What a save. That was a wonderful save by Contreras. Nobody on the backside for the Falcons to clean that up. And now Denison's on a bit of a run. He was onside, so let's see what this speed does. Holy cow, he's moving.
Nice
Wide
job.
left.
Holtz did a good job coming off his line, cutting off that angle for the offensive player.
Absolutely.
So he must have got a touch on it. Yeah.
Corner. Hard to tell from here.
Corner on the far side. Apologies, can't see the number for the Denison player.
Yeah, no
That's
chance.
A long ways away.
Pretty good view from here. Just look at
it
the
is, yeah.
Iowa Western campus, the
Field
football
house,
practice
wellness
facility
center.
over there.
Wellness center.
And he got up there. That's that number 5, Chad, got up there, almost got a head on that on goal.
Be Wilson Riffin.
Yeah, big
It's
dude.
Marshall Family Wellness Center in the background there, illuminated on your screen in blue and white.
This is going to look nice on Friday nights, I tell you.
Especially with some trees, get some leaves.
Some more stir in the air, some crowd.
I can feel the fall breeze coming through this screen
yeah.
right now.
Yes.
Let's enjoy summer first, boys.
Well, yeah, I got a lot of
We already
plans.
had a flag football practice last week, Gabe, and it was like fall weather, and it just felt like I was like, is this October? Because it feels like it.
Crone all the way here on the near side. They must have made an adjustment and brought him over to the near side. Riffin
Not
goes up
waiting
and gets
around.
that.
I feel like Riffin, I think he was on the basketball team, Chad. That name
Was he?
sounds familiar.
Okay.
Oh,
Crone sends it in to Irwin. Riffin there to separate it, and that'll be a corner kick for the Falcons.
6:45 to play here in the first half. Is that Irwin? Oh, it's going to be a throw-in.
Okay, throwing. Thank you.
Right on the corner kick, though. Nice ball in.
Morgan Young
Morgan
had
Young.
an opportunity, booted out by the captain for Denison. It's Abner Velasco.
Nice touch by the Monarchs there. It's a good call.
Richard Gonzalez wearing the captain band, I believe, there for Denison. Yep. He's the one who took a tumble. Foul on the Falcons.
It's a good foul there. Good call.
Denison putting a little bit of pressure on here in the last 90 seconds or so.
I mean, I feel like they're a counter-attacking team with the speed on their front line. If that defense holds, they can, score some goals on a weaker back line. I
They're
think
keeping a lot of players back. I mean, at any point in time, they have 5 players back.
Well, and it'll, if they get a goal too, if they go up,
Yep.
it'll just make it that much harder. They'll bring another guy back, and it's kind of the way soccer kind of works, right? I like being aggressive.
Both teams are playing a counter-attacking style. They're hoping to catch the other team on a long ball and use their speed.
Oh, but two counter-attacking approaches kind of are a recipe for a boring game sometimes.
Yeah.
Right?
That was Cohen Hamilton with a very impressive defense back there, I believe.
Look at him move. That's Kyle Irwin on the run. He's not going to catch it. Nice effort. Stretch those legs out. Rub those hammies, Kyle. We're going to need them. As Coach Tarbox hollers out some instructions to the Falcons. Yeah, the Monarchs just, they want to boot that ball on the goal kicks too. They don't really want possession on their backside.
Irwin disrupting things in the middle. Wonderful footwork by Velasco.
Do we have a number 10 on our roster, Chad?
Do we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kane
it's Kane
Hughes.
Hughes.
Kane? Okay. 'Cause I always thought like the goal scorers were 10. Ooh, Cooper Hamilton on the whiff. This is Richard Gonzalez. Great job by the Falcons helping Hamilton out.
That's a foul.
That's a it's a pretty rough foul. He's
Edgar
into his
Solario
squad.
Juarez with the goal-saving defense, I would go out on a ledge to say.
Yeah,
That might be a foul out of frustration.
yeah. That was up on his quad.
Well, if you're going to foul, make them feel it, right?
He got his money's worth for sure.
Ball's going to come through. Controlled by Young. Plays it up to Irwin. Irwin has
Too
Crone
much.
a little bit long. That'll go out of bounds. It'll be Denison ball.
I think one more touch there to let Crone get some momentum going. Right? A little more patience there by Kyle Irwin. Kind of could have done him a little good. He likes to play fast, though. Has Kane always played in the midfield on this Falcon team?
I believe so.
I feel like I might have seen him in the front line. And maybe that's just me. Maybe he had a couple scoring opportunities last time I watched them play. But Kane's done a great job, like you say, Gabe, connecting that defense and the offense, just getting the ball, transitioning from defense to offense.
Wait, a foul on the Falcons?
We're about 70 yards away, so it's
Yeah,
hard to see what that was.
it is pretty difficult to see, and their backs were to us, so it's not like we really had a clear vantage point. They're going to bring the goalie up for this kick, and he boots that thing.
Ooh, nice run by the Monarchs. Falcons kind of caught sleeping here. Nice job by the Falcons getting back to this Kane Hughes. He's going to clean up. He's going to get to Morgan Young. Gets it up top. This is Mosley. Gets it to Irwin on the far side. Irwin doing some magic. Almost gets, who is that?
Solario Juarez.
Juarez.
Morgan Young. Nope. Kane
That
Hughes.
that should be a booking.
Max Godel running after the ball there.
So
Look
he's
at that
got to go
senior.
sit for 5.
Is that a card?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
157 in the first half.
So they send a sub in? Then?
No. Oh,
Yeah.
Do they send
Yeah.
it? Oh, I thought you were.
Yeah, that's only on a red.
Okay.
A grin from the Denison player there.
It's not necessarily a bad foul.
No.
It's not a bad yellow to pick up because you stop the play.
Did the
It's kind of like a pass interference
Yeah.
on a
Yep.
football play.
So the clock has stopped. And
Well,
our score bug is unofficial, of course.
And you know this ref's going to come over and give a full explanation just from
Yeah.
our.
Yeah.
Sure.
No,
he's
he's
very
gonna be-
deliberate. Very deliberate guy.
I mean, I don't know what you have to say there. He grabbed the jersey. Oh, yep. Okay, thanks. Didn't
Yeah.
see that. Appreciate the thoroughness regardless.
no, he's done a good
All
job.
jokes aside.
Yeah, he's done a good job. This is very direct. This is going to be Godel. Falcons kind of treat it like the Monarch kick from about the same spot
Yeah.
going the other way. See if we can get those runs
It's
timed.
a much better ball.
Good defense by Denison. It's going to go out of bounds. Should be a Falcon corner on the far side.
Yep, and they got that call right. You know, just getting that ball right in front of the goal just creates a ton of problems. So great job by Godel, just getting that ball in there, creating a little havoc. I think this is Irwin that's taking all these corner kicks.
130.
That's a nice ball in. Good save by Contreras. Punch that out. It's going to be another corner by the Falcons, for the Falcons.
Under a minute and a half here. I need to take my headset off and get ready to yell 1 minute per this official's instructions. So you guys are going to take over the rest of the second half, or the first half.
That was a good job there by the goalie, Gabe. Get up on that near post. Ooh, little flick back. That was Crone. With the opportunity to clean up there, but missed. This is Richard Gonzalez.
All right, so here's where you want to keep it, everything in front of you. And that's
Yep.
not a bad play at all right
It's
there.
a great play by Cohen
Get
Hamilton.
it out, take some more time off.
This is Richard Gonzalez. All
Again,
right.
not a bad foul.
50 seconds to go here.
Ben Crone just walking in front of the ball. Little gamesmanship there. Love to see it.
The Viper strikes again.
Yeah. He got out of there just in time before the ref decided to give him a yellow card for that.
Will they do that for
Yes, they will.
delay game?
Yep.
That's kind of decent flick on there by Crone. Irwin kind of can still stay in the play. Oh, and we got 20 seconds to go here. Falcons just need to survive.
That should be Danny's ball.
Yep, and that'll do it for the first half. We might get a boot.
6, 5, 4, 3,
So we're going to end the half as zeros. Both teams with a few good chances that they've kind of squandered.
Yeah, I agree.
But a pretty even game so far.
100%. I think the back line for both teams they've done their job.
Yep.
You know,
Agreed.
the offense on both sides. You got Gonzalez on the Monarchs, who's a tough
Agreed.
handle, and you got Kyle Irwin on the other side.
Yep.
So great job by the defensive lines. These guys get a drink. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in about 5-8 minutes.
Sounds
Talk
good.
to you soon. And we're back. As the halftime clock just expired, Falcons and the Monarchs will take the field here. All square at 0-0 still.
Where are you going?
I'm just gonna unplug for a second, let you guys talk.
Chad needs a break from talking because he talked the whole halftime.
I figured Gabe needs to know what it sounds like not to have an echo in his ear for a bit.
Yeah, true.
I was just getting used to it.
I don't know how you do it. Coach Woods has come up during basketball games, and I've tried to use that other one. I'm like, no, I'll be back in 10, guys. Joe Narmy, if you're listening, we need another headset. We need new soundboard, new headset.
All right.
If we want to continue to get the golden chords of Gabe Wagner.
Oh, boy.
We can have it by next Friday.
Kyle Irwin starts out. This is Kane Hughes getting the ball forward. This is Mosley, who's starting off on the right side. Nice little flick forward. That's going to be cleared out by the Monarchs.
We'll see if what changes have been made from both teams.
Richard Gonzalez.
Right
and
now, it looks like it's a little bit of the same.
Goal-
Ball in the air. Try
Yeah.
to use your speed over the top and get in on goal.
Yeah, Godel and Gonzalez really going at it there, Gabe, on that bouncing ball. Little wake up right after halftime. Make sure Godel knows he's Gonzalez is still playing.
Yeah, and Denison is pretty content to play. You know, again, they've got 5 guys back on their back line, marking 2 of our players, and they are more than content to
use
not
the
give up
counter
anything
strategy. Yeah,
and then just. I mean, I think they know that number 10 for them is at Gonzalez. Mm-hmm. He's pretty quick. He's pretty skillful. I think they think that if they can get him 1v1 against our center backs, that they've got a chance in on net.
and Carlos Zamago, number 11, he plays on that front line for the Monarchs. He's pretty quick himself. This is number 12, Victor Menendez.
So what you got to do if you're the Falcons is, your first responsibility as a defender is just to delay. Keep them in front of you. Wait for your other teammates to come.
Nice
Great job by
center
Danny
opportunity.
there.
Yeah,
By Danny
great job.
Holtz.
Ed Holtz was just in. We were telling him how good we thought Danny was playing.
Agreed.
He's going to clear it forward. Sometimes I'd like to see the Falcons roll that out. I'm sure there's a reason why Danny's doing what he's doing, but I think the Falcons can really control the ball, I feel.
I would like to see them string a few passes together.
Oh, Kyle Irwin gets lucky on a deflection. He's all by himself here.
Gotta go far post.
Shot,
Great
goal!
goal.
Kyle Irwin, first one on the home field for the Falcons. I was thinking about my goal call game.
That was pretty good.
I got it.
That was pretty good for the
Ni-
first time.
Nice right foot from about 15 yards away on a breakaway.
Yep, far post. And that is exactly what both teams have been trying to accomplish.
Yep.
Put the ball in, kind of put it in the mixer, as they say. See if you can get an error. See if you can get an errant pass.
I think it was Wilson Rippin tried to clear it. Mm-hmm. Irwin kind of backed into it, bounced off his back, created a breakaway opportunity for himself. So speed kills, Gabe.
It does. Can't teach it, as they say.
No, you can't. Kyle Irwin being rewarded, been working hard on that back line of the Monarchs all night.
We'll see if that, as the game goes on, I'm not sure if they'll change their style yet, but we'll see if that may get them to
Press a little bit.
press a little bit up, bring their players up, and not keep so many players back.
Almost like the hockey approach where you're pulling a goalie. You're kind of pulling someone out of the defensive side for the Monarchs to give Gonzalez a little help up top. And we'll see, same for the Falcons. The Falcons play an even more conservative approach, bringing, laying back like the Monarchs have.
I hope not. When you play conservative, you invite pressure, and you can't just get a goal and then just try to slide back and soak up pressure. You've got to keep on the front foot, stay aggressive, stay assertive, and try to get another one.
I'm going to say something that might trigger you, Gabe.
What's up?
You're kind of describing how the Hawkeyes have played in football sometimes. Where they get a lead and then they play not to lose
Take the air out of it.
instead of playing what got them there. So
Kirk loves to get up 10 points and then try to take the air out of the game.
yes, yep. 3 yards or 2 yards in a cloud of dust. So
is it a long throw, a corner here, right? So Denison has their big players up.
Irwin getting a little drink on the side here. Yeah, Rippin's down in the box. See what kind of ball they get. That's near post. Bounces all the way through. Ends up in Rippin's
A
foot.
little dangerous there.
Yeah. It's funny how those balls that just scoot across the ground, Gabe, get through somehow. Here's Irwin, 1-on-4. He slows it down, flicks it
No
up
one's
to
there
Mosley.
besides Mosley.
Oh.
That should have been a foul.
He got bear hugged from the back by Richard
It's
Gonzalez.
okay. Good
Nice
slide
stop.
by, is that Morgan Young?
Yep.
Good tackle. Broke up play.
That one's just
I'm not
thrown
sure that
straight
ball ever
out.
came in. Nope, it did. Okay. Couldn't tell if that ball came in or not.
It looked like Pellet overhead threw it to Mosley, and that one never went in, but it wasn't counted as an intended throw-in. Here's Mosley trying to get Morgan Young on the run. Little missed time there. Sorry. This is Victor Menendez, number 12, gets it off to Gonzalez. That's cleared by Pellet. Monarchs will have a throw-in.
Yeah, and you can see there's a little bit of more urgency and a little more effort to get forward out of the Monarchs since they've given up that goal. So
Yeah.
they've done it, and now they're only keeping 3 players back, so they're doing a much better job of being on the front foot.
Woke them up a little bit, or you just change their approach?
I think it
Little of
changed their
both.
approach a little bit, and
Yeah.
yeah, both. I mean, they definitely have some skilled players. So, I mean, it's good to see. It'll make the game more entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Hasn't gotten too chippy. Let's see. Sometimes these Hawk 10 games get a little chippy. Not a huge rivalry between the schools, but it's an intimate sport. You run around for 80 minutes with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Inadvertent elbow here and there. Might get a little chippy. This is Leva. Nice ball in.
Good job by Cohen Hamilton to clear that with his head. We'll see if the Falcons can come out.
I like when the forwards put pressure on this back line. Don't just let them nonchalantly pass it around. And Irwin's got that energy to force them to do something here.
Falcons are coming up. They're trying to compress the field and not let Denison go over the top of the long ball.
At least make him earn it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad ball.
No, and I don't think he meant to play that into the middle. Ooh. I think he was trying to kick that down the line, and he mishit it into the middle.
Just kind of
got lucky with it.
Cut the right way.
Great ball, though.
Yeah.
Either way.
Great job getting back by, who was that? Number 8 for the Falcons. Not Ellie Monahan. She's number 8 for the boys. That's Max Godel, sorry. He stayed in pretty good position.
He did.
So this is a lot more action than we had in the whole first half, I feel.
Yeah, they're pressing us pretty good right now.
Yeah. Falcons just need to they need to get possession here.
Good work right by Kyle Irwin to come back, track back, get that ball.
Oof.
I'd like to see that come off
one touch, 2 more.
Christopher's foot a little faster.
Oh, he just fell. Looked like Hamilton ran through him, but I think he took a dive.
He didn't get up and complain too much, so
Yeah.
something goes incidental or he just fell.
That's Zamega. A kid like that doesn't fall on purpose, so maybe, you would hope.
Mm-hmm.
You want those kids on their feet. Played in. That's Morgan Young looking for Crone up top. A little too strong.
A little bit of air in here. Close it if you get too cold.
No, I'm good. I got a long sleeve under this sweatshirt. Under my St. Albert Sports Fan sweatshirt. Nice ball up, and that's Zamega, who pulls it back around Cooper Hamilton. Tries to get in, but that's deflected back out. That's Costa. He's going to foul Zamega about 25 yards off the ball, right outside the box. Sorry, 25 yards off the goal.
This
That's
isn't
that's a
this
good.
Is,
That's
this
a
is
tough.
a bit. This
yeah.
is a bit dangerous. A dangerous spot.
I was gonna say
depending
that's a
on-
fun angle for an offensive player to sweep that ball across the face of the goal.
Looks like
look
he's
for
got
a
a
head.
cramping up a little bit here. Second time tonight we've seen someone. First game, or I guess is this the second game
Second game, I think.
for the Falcons? I don't know about Denison.
Second game for the Monarchs as well.
Okay.
Um,
Still, everyone's not quite yet in game shape.
yeah,
So even though it's cold,
I see him. I haven't played a lot of sports on turf, but I do know you get a little rug burny.
yeah.
It looks like that he's grabbing the back of his hamstring, maybe the side. Add 20 seconds.
Mark, you know how to add 20 seconds? No. Okay, I got you.
I think they're waiting on us.
So from this angle, I can't quite tell if he's going to be using his left or his right foot. There'll be a difference in the ball flight.
Mm-hmm.
If it's left-footed, it's going to be an in-swinging ball.
At the goal, you think?
At the goal, towards probably the back post is where you'd want to put this. It looks like he's left-footed, judging by his walk-up.
Unless he's going to toe it.
Yeah, so this should be kind of curving in towards the back post where they're going to try to get a head on it with number 5, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're going to want to do.
Nice call. Back post, just like you said, Gabe.
Just didn't get high enough.
No, and when that happens, like in the EPL, it's so that's why they call it the beautiful game. Like that, a good header and professional, such a good thing to see. Worked outside by the Monarchs, trying to test this St. Albert back line. That's Pellet.
Yep, just stay with them.
Ooh,
That was
Nice
that was a
volley
nice,
there.
That was a nice trap by I can't remember see, I can't see
Diaz?
the number Diaz.
yeah, number 16.
Number 16. That was a nice trap. Good effort.
So we've got 2 balls on the field. Oh, they both threw it off. Okay, no. One went to Danny. I think Brady Smith for running the camera, running the score bug. It's a thankless job, but someone's got to do it. And if he messes up, it's probably Chad's fault. So nice ball forward to, is that Crone?
I think it was to Irwin.
Okay, yeah.
Couldn't quite corral it.
Irwin's everywhere, Kyle Irwin. That's kind of a dangerous ball if Kyle can beat him there. Nice job by Mosley making him work for that. He's offsides there, I think.
Great step by Crone.
Ooh,
Good
that's
tackle
all
by
ball.
Denison. Yeah, great tackle by Denison. And Ben just gets a foul by playing on the ground. Good
You
effort
can't-
by him
You
stepping.
can't play the ball at all on the ground. I'm sorry. Can't
You
trap
can
it
or
like he
can't.
did.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Okay. But I'm sorry, you were talking the defensive back.
No, I
line.
was saying Ben did a nice job stepping. Ben Crone did a nice job stepping up and attacking that ball. Just
Instead of letting it bounce to him.
Denison had a nice defensive play by getting a nice stick in there.
Decent ball in, headed away by the Falcons. This is Costa. He's going to try to push it. The pass goes to nobody.
Yeah,
Work to the
I'd like
outside.
to see the Falcons try to string a few passes together.
Mm-hmm. Mosley's still onside. Oh, he's working up the far side. This is Ben Crone.
See if Ben can. Oh,
Ooh,
too
strong
much.
touch there. Yeah, dang. He would like to, pull that back or have a one-touch, kind of center.
All right, Brody Pellet's going to take the throw. It's going to go down the line towards Mosley. Looks like there's a foul on Denison. Not quite certain what it was. Kane Hughes will take the kick here. Free kick.
I just got a nice little
That's a great ball.
Sorry. I'm catching up on all these texts that I'm getting. What are they calling there? Goal kick? A foul on
Foul
somebody.
of someone on the Falcons in the box. It was a really nice ball by Kane Hughes, driven with pace and a nice height across the goal. Couldn't tell who was on the end of that. I don't know if it was Morgan that kind of missed it. Morgan Young.
Yeah, I was reading a funny text from Mr. Ryan, who Mr. Ryan checking in, gave me this little tidbit. He said, I once kicked the ball over the school at Queen of Apostles during a game of base soccer. I believe it. The Ryans were big boys. They were big kids. So I believe that. I graduated with Josh, his brother, who could probably
Sounds like
do
little,
the same.
little Uncle Rico threw
Yes.
that ball over them their mountain.
100%. If Mr. Ryan could tell the story, he'd probably sound a lot like Uncle Rico. So thanks for checking in, Mr. Ryan. I'm disappointed Chad missed that one. Mr. Ryan just checked in and said he once kicked a soccer ball over Queen of Apostles during base soccer in elementary school. So that's exactly what Gabe said. So that's good.
About 13 minutes into the second half here. Still sitting at 1-0 Falcons. Trying to stay on task here.
Yeah, I'm trying. Lone goal so far by Kyle Irwin on a breakaway. Deflection off of Rippon on a attempted clear.
Oh, he's going to
Morgan
throw
Young.
another yellow card at Denison's way.
That's
Looks like
gonna be
number
number
two,
two.
apparently, it looks like.
That seemed
A little
more inadvertent.
Yeah,
than
I
the
don't.
first
It was
one.
a foul, but it didn't seem to me to rise to the level of a booking. But again, I'm 50, 60 yards away. I don't know if it was something was said afterwards or not.
And do the refs maybe keep scoring their heads like, okay, rough
They do.
foul,
They
rough
absolutely
foul.
do. They're going to give you. They may give you some leeway. They're going to keep it in the back of their mind. Oh, you've gotten away with a hard foul here, second foul there. Third time maybe it's going to be a booking, kind of an accumulation of.
That's what I figured. Unless it's egregious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Unless it's egregious. But yeah, they do keep a kind of a running tally in their head. Like, I've given you a couple chances without one.
And I think the ref again has done a good job.
Yeah, he's kept control. Usually you're going to get two fouls, and that third one probably even regardless of whether it's not very strong, very harsh, very flagrant. You're probably going to pick up another. You'll probably pick up a yellow.
So my cousin Ryan Shea checking in. He's asking all about these players. Ryan's got a good eye for soccer.
St. Albert dumped the ball into the Denison's defensive third. If possible, I would have liked to have seen. I know it's easier from being up here to say that, but I would like to have seen maybe Brody take a touch there, bring the ball down, and see if he can play the ball to another player on St. Albert up the field, find someone's feet. But again, easier said than done.
Yeah. Like
you don't want. I mean, obviously, his first responsibility as a defender is not to let the ball go past him, not
Right.
to give up chances on the other end. So I completely understand.
but I think we've seen two kind of styles of game. With the boys and girls. The girls, they'll probably try to control that and just
Yeah.
control the passes down the field. Where the boys, they feel like they must have an advantage somewhere. Where the long ball is the ticket tonight.
And I think they're thinking, their thought process also is we're up 1-0. Let's,
Keep the pressure on them.
keep the pressure on them. If nothing else, the ball goes forward, it stays out of our end. Again, maybe they'll make a mistake. We can run onto it and get another goal.
Monarchs send it back. Get a chance to survey a little bit, but he's hounded by Kyle Irwin and Mosley. Pellet does a good job poking that through. Here's Irwin on the counterattack. Gets to Mosley.
Oh, that should be St. Albert's. Yep.
Ooh, good call there by the referee. Mosley gets it in. There's Irwin on the near side. And this is Morgan Young working on the near side as well. Almost loses the ball. Flicks it on. That's going to go out on a Monarch. It'll remain Falcon ball. Pellet will throw in here. Who seems to be moving good on the that ACL. He got through wrestling season, so I told him the other day, I was like, if you can make it through wrestling, you can make it through soccer. You're good, man. So he seems to be moving good. Kane Hughes. Ooh, a little tough bounce. Nice job by Kane. Reset. Danny in the right place at the right time again.
Again, yeah.
Richard Gonzalez, who's kind of drifted back into the midfield. I feel like he was on the front line.
He's dropping further back to pick up the ball.
Yeah. To better connect.
Yep.
Yeah. A little swim move by a Monarch over Cooper Hamilton, who might have taken a dive. I've seen him take a lot more to take him down before, but Falcons will take over.
Let's see if he's going to wait just a minute, let your team reset, get forward before you
get a breath.
You go long.
There you go, Richard Gonzalez working his way up there. Here's Irwin and Mosley. Little chance for a give and go. Rippin in the right spot, right time. Clears it away. The near side. That's not going to be tracked down. That'll be a Falcon throw-in. Morgan Young calls for a ball. Slow to get it. Now we're going to just take a minute here. Pellet gets it in. Here's Kane Hughes. Hughes looking for options. Off the left foot. That's going to make its way all the way to the keeper. Keeper's going to run out. You have a rolling start to their midfielder. Poked out by, who is that? Oh, Juarez. Solario Juarez. Edgar. Nice ball by the Monarch defender.
Unfortunately. And the unfortunate thing about that foul is you didn't need to do that.
That Morgan Young?
No, I believe it was Max Godel. And Danny Holtz was in perfect position to play that ball.
Morgan Young just took a fake fall.
Denison players were advocating for a yellow card there. As are their coaches.
Yeah. Card here really doesn't mean much, does it? I guess you got 21 to play. Cards affect
so
them.
16 is going to try to bend this to the far post. Or the near post, actually. Danny's marked on the far post. The challenge here is it's hard to get a ball like this up and down over the wall and on frame when you're only about 20 yards out.
Yeah, you'd prefer to be, a little flick on. Nice job by the Falcons defense coming up on that. And that Monarch guy was offsides if he would have touched it, I imagine. We would have had to go to the, what do they call it? What do they call it in soccer? The video replay.
Oh, the VAR? The video assisted replay?
Yeah, the VAR.
The VAR.
Nice through ball there. No offside. Oh, there we go. Flag up.
That was close, but he has a better vantage point than we do. We're behind the play.
Good job by those line refs, staying with that back line. Not an easy job.
Yeah, about 20 minutes left, and I really would like to see St. Albert try to get some passes and get some movement.
Control the ball.
They're playing kind of a little bit of a dangerous game, just trying to push this ball up the field consistently, and it comes right back down. A little bit of possession might help calm things down, get your guys a break.
Here's Mosley in the far corner. I can see it. You guys can't. They're wrestling.
That should be a corner. Nope.
Somehow it's still in. That's going to go off Mosley. It'll be a goal kick here for the Monarchs. Goalie will set it down, try to get reset real quick. That ball's pushed forward. Gonzalez does a great job to stick with it, but he's fighting 3 Falcons.
I think he got away with a little bit of a hand check against Kane Hughes when the ref was behind the play. Good play either way. Just,
yeah.
It was nice and subtle.
Yeah, he's shorter than everybody, so maybe his fouls don't look so egregious.
Yeah.
But
Well, it was a good play. Good play.
well,
Kind of like a
so-
wide receiver doing a little separation at the.
Yeah, just a little subtle little push. Nice job by Morgan Young. Ooh. The Falcons really have not subbed that much, Gabe.
No, not in the second half, have they?
No, it's really Celario Vargas or Juarez.
Uh-oh. We got something going on here. I didn't see it. It was off the play. Away from the play. So the center ref and the AR will have a conversation about what took place. I'm not sure
Zoom out.
if you can see it or not. Something happened on the
The
right
positioning
sideline.
battle before
Yeah.
the throw-in.
looks like he's going to give Christopher Mosley a booking.
Huh.
Something that he must have done against the assistant referee saw. Not sure what.
We'll get Costa coming in for Young.
That's Mosley going out, I believe, right?
Yeah, Mosley's coming out. Costa coming in.
So he's going to have to sit for at least, what, the next...
The ball was already out of play. The ball was out of play. You can't call a foul. The ball was out of bounds. It doesn't come back in. You can give the card, but
We're having a discussion about how the ball's being played in, whether it's a free kick or a throw-in.
Coach Tarbox is arguing that the ball was out of play. It was St. Albert's throw-in. The foul occurred with a dead ball. And so he's saying that their foul should occur, but they should be given the throw. I don't think he's arguing about the foul itself.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's arguing about where the ball should be placed. And actually,
I think he might be right. I don't know.
I don't know for
Sorry,
sure.
sorry.
I almost might think the foul would supersede the throw because it was a dead ball anyway.
Oh,
But I guess I'm wrong.
Okay,
I actually might go home and look that up tonight.
Yeah, Coach
Much of
Coach
that much of a
Tarbox
dork.
might have convinced him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely changes that play. Nice job by Pellet getting back, just getting that ball forward. Lets the Falcons reset, but no one picked up his man. Nice
Good
job
recovery
there.
by Max Godel.
Yeah.
Just put that ball out. When in doubt, clear it out.
Clear it out, make them wait for that throw-in ball too.
So apparently you don't have to sit for. I don't know. That may be a new rule change this year. I guess I have to look that up too.
Yeah, how long
On yellow
is
card.
that?
It used to be a 5-minute cooling off period if you got a yellow card, but maybe.
And maybe
Maybe that's
different
changed.
yellow cards are treated differently. Great positioning there by Gonzalez. He had a great opportunity. Kind of a couple whiffs by the Monarchs.
Just a little over 17 minutes left in this game. So
I think the ref might be talking to Gonzalez. He kind of swam move a couple guys violently, but no harm, no foul.
St.
might
Albert's just
Yeah, go ahead.
kind of holding on.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
not
like watching an Iowa football game.
a little bit. A little bit.
Sorry, Gabe. I was told not to antagonize
Got a
you.
white knuckle this one, maybe.
I know. It's like those, these.
It's one of those things where you don't enjoy the game, you get through it.
Yes, exactly. Like all the March Madness games
Yeah,
that we
you
have interest
survive.
in.
At the end of the game, you're like, well, I didn't really even like that. It was just
No,
but we won.
You just had to do it. Had to watch it. It's like every NFL game.
This
that I
game is
watch.
much more entertaining than that, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, he's
we
on Mosey
We are
right
starting
now.
to see an accumulation of fouls on both teams kind of start to pick up a tad bit. So as the game gets shorter and shorter, we may see a little bit more of that.
That was a foul that he doesn't call in the first half.
Correct.
I
I think you're right.
It's a test.
Oh, got a foul of the AR. AR is calling something, so we'll see what they say.
Foul. What's going on here?
He
So
didn't
that
call
ball-
offside, so I'm not certain what he's calling. If it was a foul.
Well, there was definite contact with Gonzalez and Danny Holtz,
Yeah, absolutely.
which you can't do, right?
Yeah, I couldn't see how much there was. I couldn't see if it was incidental, but we'll see what they're talking about.
It looked
here.
like he kind of grabbed his arm from what I saw. Looked like Danny had two arms up and then was only able to try to attempt with one
Yeah.
arm. That was a dangerous ball, really high sky ball right in the middle of the zone. We're looking for some kind of call here. A point towards the goal is a goal, right?
If he points towards the center, then it would be a goal. But it looks like he's bringing
Oh.
the ball back for a foul on Denison.
Okay.
I'm not exactly certain.
No, that's what it looks
We're
like.
far away, but
Yeah.
I don't know what he called. But he's gonna. Let's see if we can maybe hear an explanation as he comes over to the Denison sideline and talk to the coach.
Poor guy's putting some miles on tonight.
I'm assuming you're correct, Jesse. It's something to do with maybe obstructing Danny Holtz. I don't
Yeah.
know. Contact there.
Yep. So either way, it looks like a normal
Yeah.
foul, typical foul called on.
Yep.
What's it?
And goalkeepers
Richard
are usually
Gonzalez.
kind of protected. You know, they're a protected class in this game a little bit. You can't really run into them that much.
Right. Kind of like a goalie hockey too.
Yeah.
You got to stay out of their way.
They're always going to win. They're going to get the benefit of the call usually.
Yeah. Like a quarterback too.
Mhm.
See if the Monarchs, might get a little fired up from seeing the ball go in the back of the net and have it not count. So we'll see how it affects each team. Monarchs staying aggressive. It's Morgan Young fighting through some traffic. Pellet with the clearance. Controlled by Rippin.
Yeah, I'd like to see our midfield. Our midfield needs to get a little more aggressive, a little more assertive, and get a little more involved. They need to start controlling the game. They're starting to kind of be run through a little bit.
Well, I feel like Gonzalez has as much energy and burst as he did in the beginning of the game. Turn, you got space. Nice ball up to Mosley, just a little too hard. He probably gets to that 10 minutes ago. A little strong touch there by the Monarchs. It'll be a Falcon throw-in.
Yeah, so here's the point in the game when you want to see Morgan Young and Kane Hughes really try
Control
to
it.
take it over and control it.
Because you want, and then how much time's left?
About 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, you want to limit Monarch possessions, which means controlling our possession. Instead of trying to hit the home run every time.
And the Falcons have been doing a lot of running this half, and particularly in the last about 15 to 20 minutes. They can put some passes together, gives them the time to kind of rest a little bit, get some composure back,
Maybe
and get their heads up, get looking.
someone, take a knee, fix a cramp.
Yeah, for sure. A little gamesmanship. Every time that ball goes out, you need to probably see.
Great ball.
That's danger.
Nice ball there by Gonzalez. That was number 19 for the Monarchs. That's Kevin Sanchez with the header attempt. Sophomore. How old is Gonzalez? Gonzalez is a junior. No. Yeah, no, sorry. Gonzalez is a senior. Zamago is a junior.
So Denison's going to make a change at the next dead ball. Looks like number 9. I can't read the roster. Get that name for you.
Yeah, give me a second. That's Bernal.
Okay. Is it Santiago? I don't have my reading glasses,
Santiago
unfortunately.
Bernal.
He will be checking in at the next dead ball.
Bernal, I think, is, maybe his sister. Another Bernal was on the girls' team, number 9. Same number. Monarchs trying to control the possession here in the midfield. Stolen away by Kyle Irwin. Kyle Irwin upfield to Mosley. Mosley's going to win the foot race. His one-timer's
save
no
by the
good.
keeper.
Great save.
Great battle by Mosley in the left back. Great shot. Great save by Denison's keeper.
See if Mosley can control this. His first touch is usually good. Able to get that. Nice job by Mosley just to get that ball in the center goal. Here comes a run out.
That save definitely kept that ball goes in. This game is essentially done and dusted.
Yeah, that's a full extension diving save. It's a great save. Pellet there to clean up.
Well-timed slide tackle by Denison there to dispossess St. Albert.
This is Zamago on the near side. It's Cohen Hamilton working on him. Kicked off to Richard Gonzalez. Back to Zamago. Zamago, a little worm burner
Take
down
your time
Danny
there,
Holtz.
Danny.
Perfect. Right place, right time.
See, he really doesn't have anyone to punt to right now. There's no one up the field except for one player for St. Albert. So I'd let that run and I'd walk to it.
Yep. Don't ask for a ball. Walk to it.
This is where gamesmanship comes in. 'Cause
Yeah.
right now, some extra time off the clock is exactly what St. Albert needs.
Mm-hmm. And I always play that game where it's like, okay, if I take 20 seconds off here, what if they tie it up? And
Yeah.
then I'm out 20 seconds. So it's like,
True.
just play your game. But, yeah, catch your breath. Do something. And that is Bernal coming in for, it's like Zamega, who has caused some fits up on that defensive line for the Falcons.
Number 16 from the right
It's
wing to the left wing. So I'm
Osvan Diaz.
I'm not sure if he's a right-footed player. They're going to try to get him isolated on our right back and see if he can cut in.
Comes
Again, we've
an
got another
explanation.
conference. Had a few of these today.
Add 4
tonight.
seconds to the clock.
We thought we had your hands up. Okay. So, run it down? It should be less.
So we got a clock issue trying to work out. Falcons do have a guy down. Oh, just stretching out, maybe fixing his socks. Did you guys hear that, Chad? 11:40 will be put back on the clock. What's that, Brady?
I had 36.
They should have asked you. This is Rippin. Rippin's pass goes wayward, out of bounds. It'll be a Falcon throw in. As we get going here, this will be Pellet to throw in. He's not in as big of a hurry as the Monarchs are. It's thrown in, headed off by the Monarchs, trying to control. Nice footwork there by Mosley. He gets it up to Irwin. We're going to get a call on the Monarchs, be a foul. Falcons will take over. This is the point of the game, yeah, where you see the Monarchs fetching the ball for the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
This would be Kane Hughes using his left foot.
It's a good ball.
Good ball. It's a beauty. But again, that ripping in there, kind of controlling the sky. Nice job by Cooper getting back. Monarchs aren't going away. They're working up that far side. Falcons just unable to maintain
Maybe a
possession.
handball there. Maybe a handball
Yeah.
on
Morgan.
Young. Just over 10 minutes left in the game. Number 11 for Monarchs.
Zemega.
Mega's checking in. The next dead ball. It's a good chip.
Nice job by Holtz.
Well done by Danny Holtz. They go down to the ground, take a few more seconds off the clock.
Oh, Danny plays a lot of goalie in the off season. You can tell.
Mm-hmm. And I like the decision there to roll that ball out.
It kind of sets a tone, but then, as we've seen the whole game, we're just kind of playing home run ball. And here the Monarchs are. This is Richard Gonzalez trying to get some traction here. Cleared out by the Falcons.
Yeah,
Kicked
you only
back
have,
by the
you only have
Monarch back
one
line.
player up right now in Kyle Irwin, so it's going to be very difficult if the ball comes up for him to get it and keep possession against 4 players.
Mm-hmm. Who's that on the foul there? That was Morgan Young on the foul. We got Kyle Irwin right behind where the ball's going to be kicked. Nice
Let
ball.
that run.
Misjudged there by Gonzalez, who ends up having to chase it down and catches it, but that's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a Falcon goal kick. Zemega's going to check in.
For number 12, it looks like.
And that is Victor Menendez. Looks like Godel back there. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Godel
Problem is there's
looked
no
like he was
one
trying to get
there.
it
I'm
to
not sure who's-
Kyle Irwin, but didn't have the leg. I think
Kyle
someone took a ball off the chest.
Might want to track back a little bit further into the middle of the field.
Where's he at? Oh, yeah, he's way on that far side.
It's going to be difficult for him to get possession that far up. Just if he can drop a little deeper, he can keep possession and hold it for the Falcons to get out of their defensive third. Looks like we've got another injury for Denison at the moment. I don't know if we got cramping going on again or if we took a errant kick.
They're bringing in the stretcher. No, not the stretcher. Mr. Finken. All right, we're going to pause here. We'll come back in a minute. I need a break. Looks like they're just going to pull that player off the field. Would they play with 10, Gabe? Or do they bring
Did
a
they not
sub?
sub? They subbed.
They
I
subbed,
think.
okay.
Ball in a dangerous spot. This looks like it's going to be coming across the goal as an outswinger.
Yeah, pretty much a corner kick from a better angle.
So again, my guess is he's going to try to get this towards the back post or into the middle for for Denison, the Monarchs' bigger players back there.
You do see Kyle Irwin come in and mark up. Little line drive. Irwin there. He
Well,
likes
to the
his
races.
chances.
He's going to try to push this past him.
If anything, kill some time.
Oh, that's a great ball from
Oh,
Kyle.
my gosh, great
That's
ball.
a great ball from Kyle
Ooh.
Irwin. could not have put that any better on the money than that pass into the
And
middle.
that was Edgar Solario Juarez. Just couldn't keep it on his feet.
Yeah.
Full speed.
Not
tough.
easy. I mean,
No.
coming full speed on a slick surface, quick surface. It's not an easy pass, but it was a great look and great center by Kyle Irwin.
Yeah. Edgar's first touch has to be perfect in there
Yep.
with that ball in traffic and everything.
Yep.
But take a little pressure off the Falcons defense for a minute or two. See if Kane Hughes can maintain possession. See if this back line can do it. Oh,
Yeah, you'd like to see it trapped there. I get what he was trying to do. He was trying to play it square, and then maybe run off of it. But
the Monarchs have really stepped up their ball pressure, obviously, in the second half, and really since that goal came in. So, while the Falcons weren't really focusing on maintaining possession in the first half, it got even harder. Again, Danny Holt's in the right position. He throws it out. This is Ben Crone.
Ben Crone.
Man on, Ben. There we go. We're talking out there.
Yeah, at this point,
This is
you
the
might want to keep.
First time in a while we've seen him play that ball back
Yeah.
like that, Gabe.
It's good to see. It's good to see.
Oh, got to maintain.
And that may be why
possession.
they weren't doing it earlier, because they didn't want to give it up in the midfield.
Yeah.
And then get run on. But
This is Zemega. He's quick back there.
all right, corner for the Denison Monarchs.
Nice job by Holtz protecting that post.
Oh wow, I thought it was a corner. I thought we took a deflection. Apparently not.
Oh,
No contact. Thank you.
did a little goalkeeping back in my day, Gabe.
Yeah,
Tad bit.
tad bit.
My senior year, like Zach Gradeville, there was like 3 injuries, and I didn't play soccer. There was
Yeah.
like 3 injuries to our goalies. So Tom Lorkovic, the coach at the time, called me. He's like, "Hey, you want to play goalie?" So I played goalie like 3 or 4 games into the districts, and we ended up losing to we beat Harlan. I had a clean sheet
Nice.
against Harlan, and hadn't played soccer since like 6th
Hey.
grade. But then I think I got like 4 goals scored on me. Anyway,
It's not bad.
only time I ever played goalie in my life. But yeah, but Danny's doing a great job back there.
I think that should be a goal kick, but yeah, I thought that didn't come off Max. Just over 4.5 minutes left. Let's see if the Falcons can see this out.
I wonder if we could pull this down too. Oh, wonder if. Yeah. Maybe mount it outside.
I'm not sure there's a foul there. That should not be a yellow card. I'm not certain why he's calling that. That was just a coming together of 2 players at the same time.
On the Falcons? I'm sorry, I was
Yeah,
talking
it
to
was on
Brady.
Edgar
Solario Juarez, who squats a ton, according to Brady.
Oh.
Add 10 seconds. So apparently the referees are not keeping clock on them, on their person.
No.
We're just going right. There's no stoppage time.
Yeah, it's one of the stranger rules from, soccer that these guys are all familiar with at the club level, where the center referee is going to keep the clock on him, and then with the stoppages he'll have stoppage time at the end. But Iowa High School goes by a clock
Scoreboard,
kept
yeah.
at the scoreboard. It's one of the changes or one of the differences that I don't quite care for. But
Yeah, and if they're doing this, and I think you need more like objective hand signals from the referee to stop the
Agreed.
clock and roll it. Because his hand motions aren't, from this far away. It's not that apparent.
Yeah. So there's just under 4 minutes left, and you're going to start to see a little bit more of desperation mode coming out of Denison. Right now, they're really only keeping 1 player back. So if St. Albert can somehow get the ball and get Irwin into a one-on-one situation.
Yeah. Whenever Irwin's got that ball up there, Mosley is.
Mm-hmm.
He's huffing and puffing getting down there. Falcons got away with a little bit of a shove there. It's Hughes. Hughes tries to flick it on. Controlled by the Monarch back line. That one's sent in. Deflects off a Falcon. Good run by the Monarchs.
He's on.
He's on. That's a good ball, good run. It's a little too hot on
He
that
just kind
ball.
of snuck behind our defense. No one was quite marking him, watching him. They
Kind of
ran through.
reminiscent on how the girls got scored
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, they were just kind of watching the ball and didn't watch the player. Looks like the wind has picked up down there a little bit, and it actually looks like it's going against St. Albert, blowing against them, and you can tell by the assistant referee's flag. I'm not sure if that'll play a part in this in the end or not.
Yeah. You say Falcons are fighting the wind here?
It looks like it to me.
Okay.
It feels like it. Picked up a little recently here too in the last few minutes.
Nice job there by, was that Morgan Young flicking that out?
Just over 2 minutes left. So if he can just get this ball, and no, that was a dive. That was a dive. I don't think that was a foul on Kyle. That Denison player went down just a tad bit easy.
It's a handball. You like dropped down and caught it.
But credit to him.
Well, it's weird. The head referee blew the whistle. Now he's going to the other guy asking for help. It's like one of my biggest complaints, Gabe, about basketball is, the anticipatory calls.
Oh,
which
yeah.
that kind of seemed like he saw some action. I'm not saying he's wrong. It's just it didn't seem like he had a clear understanding what's going on. So Irwin gets booked for a yellow here.
Yeah.
He's going to have to come out. See how Edgar Solario Juarez can handle those duties.
Yeah, so my guess is anytime St. Albert gets the ball here for the next couple of minutes, it's just going to be.
So he's just got to come right back out, Gabe.
Yeah, that rule change must have. Again, I need to familiarize myself with the rules. It used to be last year. I know there was a rule change around the yellow card, but I thought you still had to come out. Maybe you just have to be subbed out and come right back in at the next dead ball.
That's what it looks like.
So I believe Kyle Irwin will check back in if there is another dead ball. That's a handball, I believe, on St. Albert, unfortunately. And I think that's in the box.
It's really close. I don't think he's going to
He's calling a penalty. Oh, no, just outside.
He was straddling the line there.
close.
Yeah.
Again, this is a difficult shot for an offensive take because you're 18 yards out, and with a wall, you got to get it. You got to get it up and down, and it's not an easy trick to do.
I like what they did last time, where they just like short little pass, but allowed the defense to crash down on them.
Oof! Great job by Danny Holtz. You never know when the deflection. If you get wrong-footed, you're going one way, and you got to come back the other. So that was a great
reaction.
Great
time
reaction save by Danny Holtz.
Yeah. Falcons aren't out of it yet, out of the hot water, as the Monarchs are putting a ton of pressure on this Falcons back line. You got 1:08 to go here, Gabe.
He's, I think the center is, I couldn't tell if he was purposely ignoring that.
Okay. Oh, and the clock stops for a sub?
It might under a certain time limit
Okay.
to prevent you from
When the leading team subs
to
under
prevent
5 minutes,
prevent from time wasting.
Look at
Otherwise it
that.
just
When the
runs
leading
subs.
team subs under 5 minutes, the clock stops. They need to change that for like professional and international soccer because subs take 45 seconds, I swear.
They do, but generally at that level, he's keeping track of it, and
Oh,
it's
that-
also at his discretion where he can let you on or not let you on at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
He may deem that it's not enough time left to come on.
This is Zamega making it hard for the Falcons. Falcons try to clear. A lot of Falcon feet there. That's
That
going
should
to go
be a
out
goal
for a
kick.
corner. Oh, here we go. Falcons are awarded a goal kick. 32 seconds
left.
to go.
So put this anywhere, and this should just about do it.
Put your biggest leg back there, kick it to the 50-yard line, and go warm up. Who is this? Is this Crone back there?
This is Benny. Viper, just put it anywhere.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
St. Albert's going to see this out.
There we go. Falcons get the get the home opener win off a Kyle Irwin breakaway deflection goal. Just staying at it. Falcons did a great job.
Great job.
That back line
Backline did a great job tonight.
early in the game, Gabe. I thought Gonzalez and Zemega
Yeah.
and those guys would really cause us a bunch of problems, and they did. They just weren't able to capitalize.
weren't able to capitalize.
Falcons come out, man. That's fun to watch. Next broadcast, Chad, is Friday.
Preston at home here at Iowa Western.
Friday, April 4th against Creston, and then the following Friday we'll be at Creighton. What's the name of the stadium? Morrison Stadium for the Carroll Kemper St. Albert game, the annual game at Creighton. So for
And they'll be honoring all of the spring sports.
is that senior night?
Seniors. Senior night.
All right, yeah. So we'll have that. So for Jesse Shea, Gabe Wagner, Brady Smith, Chad Hannon, who else was here? Just everybody. Thanks for listening. Look forward to talking to you guys next week.